Good morning, students. ඇහෙනවනේ මං කතා කරන එක. Can you hear my voice? I hope you can hear the voice. Yeah. Okay, Prakash. Let's get into the session. Then, as I can remember, we started to. Okay, so this is our third class. නේද? එතකොට ඔයාගේ first second class දෙකෙන්ම අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තේ database එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොනවාද? So then we learned about what are the users and which kind of a company is using databases, isn't it? And SQL means what? Structured query language එකක් කොහමද ඒ කියන්නේ SQL කියන්නේ මොනවාද? ඒ දේවල් ඔක්කොම අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තා. We just went through the introduction. Okay, so still we didn't start anything related to database. We just went through the introduction. So today we will be looking through this presentation, going through this presentation where I will be teaching all the stuff which is related to what database. Okay. එතකොට මේකෙන්ම sections වගේ තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම මේකෙන් දැන් තියෙන එකක් තමයි database එක ඉගෙන ගත්තාම ඔයාලා පුතා තව දෙයක් තියෙනවා normalization කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ datas එක අරන් now you have to know what is data actually. Okay, data කියන්නේ මොනවාද කියලා තේරුම් ගන්න ඕනේ. விளங்கிச்சா? நீங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட்க்கு வந்து டேட்டான்னு சொன்னா என்னன்றதை வந்து விளங்கி கொள்ளணும். அதுக்கு பிறகு தான் நாங்க என்ன செய்வோம்னு சொன்னா having those datas, how we can come up with a collection. Okay, that means we are gathering the data where we can come up with a data collection, and then having that collection කොහොමද ඒ collection එක එහෙමම අපි database එකක් විදියට convert කරනවද? Are we going to do a normalization? That means if we just convert the data into the database, එතකොට ඒකෙන් සමහර විට repetitions එන්න පුළුවන්, ඒ වගේම තියෙනවා සමහර errors එන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, so ඒකෙන් ගොඩක් validate කරන්න බැරි වෙයි. ඒ වගේ ගොඩක් දේවල් තියෙනවා. There are really disadvantages are there if you don't normalize the data. Okay, එතකොට දැන් කියන එකක් තමයි මේ data කියන එක මොනවාද කියලා තේරුම් ගත්තට පස්සේ you have to come up with something called normalization, and then we have to draw something called ER diagrams. හරිද? ඒ ER diagram එක base කරලා තමයි we will be creating our databases. Okay, so there are steps. So then we can't at once itself we can't go to the SQL queries. We can't just learn SQL queries and then coding using those languages. Okay, அப்ப உங்களுக்கு ஒரே நடிய வந்து SQL language வந்து படிச்சுட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் அது யூஸ் பண்ணி வந்து ஒரு டேட்டாபேஸ் கிரியேட் பண்றதோ இல்லாட்டி டேட்டாஸ் இன்சர்ட் பண்றதோ delete பண்றதோ சேவ் பண்றதோ எதுவுமே இப்போ எங்களுக்கு ஸ்டார்டிங்ல செய்யலாம். There are steps. Okay, it's like an algorithm where we have to solve the problem by steps. Okay, so there are steps where we will be learning. Okay, you will be learning actually, and then after those steps completed, okay, are steps තියනනේ. then normalization එක ඉවරනම ER diagram එක ඉවරුණා කියලා කියමුකෝ. ඊට පස්සේ තමයි ඔයාලට SQL එක කියලා දෙන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ අපි මොන management system එකද පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ ඒ දේවල් ඔක්කොම අපි බලාගෙන යමු. So in this presentation, briefly, I will be giving the whole idea behind database designing and development. Okay, so everything has been included in this presentation. So oyalata puluwang mang kiyana deval note down karagන්න. Okay, so just don't keep on being like hari recording එක බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් කියලා ඉන්න එපා. Just now itself මම ඔයාලට වෙලාවක් දෙන්නම්. just සමහර page paragraphs තියෙනවා. ඒක ඔයාලට මම point out කරන දේවල් ඔක්කොම note down කරගන්න. Okay, so நான் சில paragraphs வந்து உங்களுக்கு point out பண்ணி காட்டுவேன். அந்த paragraphs வந்து நீங்க எழுதி கொண்டீங்கன்னா நல்லா. Okay, so now අපි මේ database එකක් කියලා ගත්තොතින් you guys know that companies තියෙනවා. දැන් අපි like whatever the action with that we do. Okay, then api company එකකට ගියාම now assume that you are going to a hospital. Okay, so where you will be giving your name and then they will ask you other like information in order to fill their form. Okay, so ඒ වගේ ඔයා day to day life එකේ ඔයාලගේ day to day life එකේ ඔයා කොහේ ගියත් database එකත් එක්ක interaction එකක් වෙනවමයි. வழங்கிச்சா? இப்போ நீங்க எந்த ஒரு கடைக்கோ இல்லாட்டி நீங்க ஒரு கம்பெனிக்கோ இல்லாட்டி ஒரு ஒர்க் பண்ற இடத்துக்கோ இல்லாட்டி நீங்க ஒரு ஸ்டடி பண்றதுக்காக வேண்டியோ எங்க போய்த்தாலுமே வந்து நீங்க டேட்டா பேஸ்னு சொல்ற ஒரு விஷயத்தோட வந்து இன்டராக்ட் பண்ண வேணும் கட்டாயமே. ஓகே, ஸோ தட் இஸ் தேர் இன் ஆல் த கேசஸ் in your day to day life. So where your action will be, where it will be get applied into the database. Okay, it has to be interacted with the database. Harida. So many of the actions that you make during the day becomes data for an organization to use for their own profit and learning, okay, using an automated teller machine. That means එයාලට දැන් ඔයාලා දෙන ඔයාලා ආගේ day to day life එකේ මොනාරි එකත් එක්ක interact කරනවා කියලා කියමුකෝ, even just for an example supermarket එක යන යනවා කියලා කියමුකෝ. So that is you are going there just for your need නේද? ඔයාගේ මොනාරි මේ benefit එකට තමයි ඔයා යන්නේ හෙට මොනාරි බඩුවක් ගන්න නේද, purchase කරන්න තමයි යන්නේ. But at the same time, for the supermarket also, your data, the data that you give, okay, oyage card number එක දෙන් ඔයා දෙනවනේ, ඔයාගේ details, okay, මේ customer details කියලා දෙනවනේ. So all these data will be really helpful for them as well. Okay, එයාලා දැන් input එකක් දෙනවා machine එකෙන් ඉඳලා cashier එකෙන් ඉඳලා එයාලට මේ payment එක දෙනවා, likewise ඉතුරු සල්ලි එක දෙනවා, isn't it? Likewise, they also use that data in order to grow their business. அலங்கிச்சா அப்படின்னு சொன்னா நீங்க வந்து உங்களோட டே டு டே லைஃப்ல வந்து செய்யற ஒரு வேலை, now even for example pick me එක ගන්නකො, දැන් ඔයා pick me එක පාවිච්චි කරලා ඔයා මොනවද කරන්නේ, food එකක් order කරනවා කියලා කියමු. So your details has been registered under what pick me software. So they have a database with them, okay, so all your data has been collected in their databases or saved in their databases. So later on they can go through it and then they will send you the messages saying that they are having an offer, likewise. So that is their benefits, okay, like having your data is also benefit for whom, for the company. அலங்கிச்சா இப்போ உங்களோட டேட்டா ஒருத்தர்கிட்ட இருக்குன்னு சொன்னா அது அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு பெனிஃபிட். அலங்கிச்சா ஏன்னு சொன்னா அவங்க என்ன செய்யலாம், உங்களை வச்சு மார்க்கெட் பண்ணலாம், having your number, having now sometimes maybe you might have got messages like dialogue, they used to send messages, okay, if not, if you are like if you have registered under Cargills used to send messages saying that for this 100 participants or 100 customer we are celebrating this and we give this, likewise if not, if you purchase something for this amount you will get this gift, likewise, isn't it? අර offer එකක් තියෙනවා එහෙම කියලා ආට message එකක් එනවනේ. So that is that your data is with them, okay, ඔයාගේ නම තියෙනවා, ඔයාගේ phone number එක තියෙනවා කියලා කිව්වමුකෝ එයා ගාව. එතකොට මේ data එක තියෙන එක එයාලට plus point එකක්. කාටද? organization එකට, අර company එකට. விளங்கிச்சா? இப்போ உங்களோட name, உங்களோட address, உங்களோட phone number இதெல்லாம் மீக்கின்னு சொன்ன ஒரு இடத்துல அப்ப அந்த கம்பெனிக்கு வந்து உங்களோட டேட்டா எல்லாம் மீறது வந்து ஒரு பெரிய ஒரு பெனிஃபிட். ஏன்னு சொல்லுங்களேன். ஏன்னா இப்போ உங்களோட டேட்டாவை வச்சு அவங்க என்ன செய்யலாம், அவங்களுக்கு மார்க்கெட்டிங் பண்ணலாம், உங்களுக்கு மெசேஜஸ் அனுப்புவாங்க. சம்டைம்ஸ் நீங்க அந்த மெசேஜை பார்த்துட்டு அந்த ஷாப்புக்கு போனாலும் போவீங்க, isn't it? So maybe sometimes offer එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා message එකක් ආවම කොහොම හරි ඔයා යනව නේද? එතකොට ඒකෙන් එයාලට ගොඩාක් profit එන වගේම එයාලා ඒකෙන් learn කරගන්නවා. හරිද? ගොඩාක් ඒකේ learning outcomes උත් එයාලට තියෙනවා organization වලට. එතකොට data කියන එක not only for the clients or else the customers or else the human, okay, but also it just human means the users, that is also really useful when it comes to the organizations වලට ඔයාලගේ datas ගොඩාක් ඕන වෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ ඕන වෙන දෙයක් එයාලට important දෙයක්, then only they can easily market their products or whatever that they are doing. Even if it is an institute, they will have all your name, your address, your phone number. Then maybe sometimes when they are starting a new course in their campus, what they do, they will drop you a message saying that, if not they call you, sir මෙහෙමයි අපි මේ වගේ අලුතින් program එකක් පටන් ගන්න යනවා, if you are interested in it you can join with us, likewise they used to tell you, they call you and tell you, isn't it? Maybe sometimes that might happen. If not insurance එකක් තියෙනවා, bank එකෙන් call කරනවා, likewise මේ හැම දෙයකටම ඔයාලගේ data ඔයාලට ඕන වෙනවා. So then ඔයා then නිකන් හිතමුකෝ driver license එකක් fill කරනවා කියලා, අර form එක fill කරනවා කියලා, that is an information for them. To whom? To the organization, okay. ඒ වගේම book එකක් order කරනවා internet එකේ කියලා කියමු, දරාස් එකේ කියලා. So then you are giving all your details, then they are having your details. Having your details means they have the data and informations. හරි, ඒ information එක තියාගෙන එයාලා මොනවද කරන්නේ, they will send you the mail, they will send you messages, they will call you and then they will promote their project like products, or else they will promote their marketing. So for that your data are really needed. அலங்கிச்சா இப்போ நீங்க ஒரு புக் கொண்டு ஆர்டர் பண்றீங்க ஆன்லைன்ல, டராசைக்கெல்லாம் நான் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்றேன். இப்போ நீங்க வந்து உங்களோட உங்களோட தேவையை வந்து அங்கே நிறைவேற்றி கொண்டீங்க. பட் அதுக்கு நீங்க என்ன செஞ்சீங்க, உங்களோட டேட்டாவை கொடுத்தீங்க. நாட் only you have paid them, but also you have given your data to that company. So then the company, what they will do, they have a database, a kind of table where they will have your name, your number, your address, your email address, everything will be there. Then easily collecting all these data, they will send you a message to your mail or else to your mobile phone. So then you will get same messages saying that we are having offer that and this. For then that is marketing for the whom, to the organization. I hope you got it. And booking a flight, all this comes under what, all this comes under marketing strategies. Okay, that means collecting data, they are collecting all your data. Okay, ඔයාලා fill කරන ඔයාලගේ මොනාරි benefit එකට, but at the same time it is the really a benefit for whom, to the company. So I hope you understood. So all this digitalized data will become like a, so what you do is like when once after you just register or what, just calling or filling or else ordering whatever, after you doing this thing, what the all this data then ඔයා order කරා කියලා කියමුකෝ, date මොනාරි බඩුවක් හරිද දරාස් එකේ. එතකොට ඒ order එක කරනකොට then book එකක් order කරනවා කියන්නේ you are registering yourself, giving your email address, phone number, name and everything. එතකොට මේ හැම එකක්ම මොනවද වෙන්නේ, it will get stored. Store whenever. Then store කරන්නේ කියන්නේ මොනවාද? Now in your phone you have stored your pictures, selfies නේද? ඒ වගේ ඔයාලගේ details හැම එකක්ම එයාලගේ database එකේ store වෙනවා. Even if you are using your Facebook account, if you have a Facebook account, whenever you post a picture, that picture will get stored in where Facebook database. Instagram එකේ ඔයා post එකක් දානවා කියලා කියමුකෝ, that data will be stored in where Instagram's database. So they have all your data. Even after you are deleting the images from the YouTube or else for example in Facebook, still they will have the data. ඒකයි කියලා තියෙන්නේ අර I agree කියලා එතන මේ terms and condition කියලා එකක් තියෙනව නේද? ඒකේ යාලා ඔක්කොම කියලා තියෙනවා. Even though if you delete or whatever, your data will be with them. Okay, ඒ වගේම managed, it will be managed. They won't just store it and keep it with them, they also manage it. Okay, and then they use it. Okay, so why, what are the purposes? Then සමහර විට ඔයා Facebook එකේ then සමහරට එහෙමනේ Facebook එකේ ඔයාලා දාලා තියෙනවා කියලා හිතමුකෝ. මම for example I'll tell Amazon කියන මේ වෙබ්සයිට් එක තියෙනව නේද? Amazon කියන online shopping e-commerce වෙබ්සයිට් එක තියෙනවනේ. ඒකෙන් ඔයා ගිහින් බඩු එකක් purchase කරා කියලා කියමු. Okay, assume a shoe, Adidas shoe එකක් purchase කරා කියලා. So then later on when you are using your Facebook, maybe sometimes you might get a notification saying that may daraz ekේ නැත්තම් no, in the Amazon you have a sale, මේ shoe එකට sale එකක් තියෙනවා එහෙම කියලා මේ advertisement එකක් වගේ එනවා. එතකොට කොහොමද මෙයාලට දන්නේ ඔයාගේ interest එක ඒකයි කියලා? How do they know? How does the Facebook knows? That is because all these company having their interaction between them. Okay, so what they do, they like use the data. Okay, they like interact with others, each other, and then they give the data to do their marketing. Then marketing karanna, then Amazon town eyalage product එක market karanna. So what they will do, they will go to Facebook and tell them මේ වගේ මෙයාලා ඉන්නවනේ, මෙයාලගේ data එක මම දෙන්නම් ඔයාට. So ඔයාලට data තියෙනවා, but I need you to do what, advertisement. Likewise they are having dealings, and then what they do, they using having your data, they do a really huge marketing. තේරුණාද? මේ වගේ තමයි real time industry එකේ වෙන්නේ. හරිද? එතකොට ඔයාලා නිකන් හිතාගෙන ඉන්නේ මං selfie එකක් අරන් දැම්මා නැත්නම් මං මොනාරි comment එකක් දැම්මා මොනාරි එකක් දැම්මා කියලා it is there, එහෙම නැත්නම් මං delete කරා මේක නැති වෙනවා කියලා. But you are giving all the information to these platforms, to those companies to grow themselves. Understood? Without you guys, without your data, there is no point of those company. விளங்கிச்சா? இப்ப நீங்க வந்து உங்களோட டேட்டாஸை கொடுக்காம நீங்கன்னு சொன்னா, is there is any other incomes for Facebook? ඔයාලා මොනවාද ඒකෙන් මොනාරි purchase කරනවද නැත්නම් ඒ කියන්නේ සමහර groups තියෙනවා, that's it, isn't it? But you are not purchasing anything from whom? Facebook. But instead of purchasing from Facebook, you will be just ordering things from other person throughout connecting through the Facebook, isn't it? So it is like a platform where it gives you the opportunity to interact with others. connect, isn't it? Communication, isn't it? So ඒ වගේ platform එකක්, social media platform එකක් තමයි Facebook කියන්නේ. But they are now multimillionaires. How can they become multimillionaires if they doesn't have any like purchasing or selling any other stuffs? ඒ කියන්නේ they have your data. That is the main thing. Data කියන එක තියෙනවා නම් okay, all right, they will become millionaires. Okay, because data is something which is really precious thing. Okay, එතකොට data තියෙනවා නම් එයාට කොහොමටත් මිලියන වෙන්න පුළුවන්, because having your data only marketing production හැම එකක්ම කරන්නේ. දැන් marketing කරන්න පුළුවන්, ඔයාලගේ interest එක අනුව productions කරන්න පුළුවන්. Likewise, having the information, having the data, they can come up with an information එක තියාගෙන එයාලට එයාලගේ market එක grow කරගෙන යන්න පුළුවන්. So this is how the real-time industry works with having your data. Okay, so I hope you got the idea. මොනාරි doubts තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? දැන් බලන්න සමහර විට දැන් database කිව්වම database collection කිව්වම සමහර විට ඔයාලට තේරිලා ඇති, maybe sometimes you might have not understood what is මේ database කියනවා data කියනවා මොනවාද කියලා. So earlier itself at the beginning I have taught you that data එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ පුතා ඔයාගේ නම වෙන්න පුළුවන්, ඔයාගේ address එක වෙන්න පුළුවන්, එක්ක ඔයාගේ phone number එක වෙන්න පුළුවන්, නැත්නම් ඔයාගේ email address එක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මේ වගේ each and every single thing about you, or else a person, or else a thing, or whatever it is, that all these things are known as, all these details are known as datas. Okay, එතකොට මගේ data දැන් හිතමුකෝ මගේ phone එක ගැන මම කියනවා කියලා. එතකොට මගේ phone එක ගැන මම කියනවා නම් ඒක මොන type එකද, නැත්නම් එයාගේ brand එක මොනවාද, operating system එක මොනවාද, RAM capacity එක කීයද කියලා මම නිකන් කියනවා කියලා කියමුකෝ. So that means I am giving datas to you. Okay, datas, mage datas, mage phone එක ගැන datas දෙනවා. If I am telling about myself, assume that my name is this කියලා මම කියනවා, මගේ age එක මේකයි කියලා කියනවා. Then I am giving all my datas one by one. Then you can come up with an information having those datas. வழங்கிச்சா உங்களுக்கு? இப்ப நான் வந்து என் பேரை சொல்றேன், இல்லாட்டி என் அட்ரஸ் சொல்றேன், இல்லாட்டி என் ஃபோன் நம்பரை சொல்றேன், இப்படி வைப்போமே. அப்ப நான் உங்களுக்கு ஒவ்வொரு விஷயமும் இப்படி சொல்லக்கொள்ளே அதை வந்து நீங்க ஒரு டேட்டாவா வந்து எடுத்துக்கொள்வீங்க. அது ஒன்றும் ஒரு டேட்டா. இப்ப என் பேர் வந்து ஒரு டேட்டா, என் ஏஜ் வந்து ஒரு டேட்டா, என் ஒரு அட்ரஸ்னு சொன்னா அது ஒரு டேட்டா, ஃபோன் நம்பர் வந்து ஒரு டேட்டா. இப்ப இந்த டேட்டாஸ் எல்லாத்தையும் நீங்க கலெக்ட் பண்ணினீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு என்ன செய்யலாம்? ஒரு இன்ஃபர்மேஷனை வந்து தேடிக்கொள்ளலாம். எப்படின்னா நான் இந்த இடத்துல இருந்து வரேன், இவட ஃபோன் நம்பர் இது, இவட பேரண்ட்ஸோட ஃபோன் நம்பர் இது, இவட ஏஜ் இது. Likewise, you can come up with an information. So collecting the data, if you have a single data of a person, that is not enough. But having multiple data, you can come up with an information about that person. Is it clear, Puta? Am I clear? Because assume that there is a person whose name is A, and you know only the name. Having the name is not enough. If you know only the name, now assume there's a celebrity, okay, then Ronaldo kyanne celebrity kyanne ned. So now you know the name of him, but do you have any other stuffs, any other data? You have only the name. That is the only data you have. So you know he plays football. That is the all the data. That is what you know. But ඔයාට දන්නවා සමහරට ඔයාට Instagram ID එක දන්නව වෙන්න පුළුවන්, but you don't know their personal number නේද? You don't know their address. So these are also known as datas නේද? එතකොට database එක ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මේ datas හැම එකක්ම එකතු කරලා, now assume that you have Ronaldo's name, his address, his number, his email address. Now you have an information. Okay, එතකොට එයාට call කරන්න පුළුවන්, එයාගේ ගෙදරට යන්න පුළුවන්, එයාත් එක්ක chat කරන්න පුළුවන් නේද? So you have an information. So එතකොට බලන්න data කියන්නේ කොච්චර ලොකු දෙයක්ද කියලා. එක්කෙනෙක්ගේ එක data එකක් තියාගෙන වැඩක් නැහැ. But having the collection of the data, you can come up with an information. එතකොට information technology ඉගෙන ගන්නවා නම්, and then මේ information එකත් එක්ක ඔයා මේ මොනවාද information plus technology මේ දෙකත් එක්කම වැඩ කරනවා නම්, you have to know more about datas. Okay, and then mostly datas collect කරනකොට ඔයාලට පුළුවන්, දැන් for example database කියනවට වඩා ඔයාට මම කියන්න පුළුවන්, දැන් ඔයා සමහර විට hobbies තියෙන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාලට. දැන් සමහර අය ඉන්නවා books collect කරන කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා, සමහර අය ඉන්නවා stamps collect කරන කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා, සමහර අය pictures stickers collect කරන කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා. Likewise, a collection of dress, okay, clothings collect කරන කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා, collection of what we can say, like equipments. People are there who collect things. So the collection of things are known as database. Stamp, photos, applications, bills, information. Now most of the time, like there are people who collect bus tickets as well. bus ticket එකක් collect කරනවා කියන්නේ පස්සේ වෙලාවකට දැන් සමහර විට ඔයා මේ bus detail එකක් දැනගන්න ඕන නම් you can go through that data. Likewise, data collection එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ නැත්නම් database එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ day to day life you do the database එකක් ඔයාටම තියෙනවා. You sometimes maybe if you are collecting something then you have a database. The book is known as database. The collection of stamp, okay. Now if there is a book where you have collected stamps, that is known as database. You have collected stamps. So each of those stamps are known as datas. Is it clear? So then ඔයාලට තේරලා ඇති database එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොනවද කියලා. Collection of data is known as databases. හරිද? ඒ වගේම දැන් අපි real time එක ගත්තොත් evaluation of database.
Hello miss.
Yes පුතා.
database designing course வந்து முடிஞ்சிட்டு தானே ரிப்பீட் எதுக்கு ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகுது அது பத்தி சொல்லணுமா?
database என்னது புத்தா?
database designing course வந்து 11 கிளாஸ் முடிஞ்சிட்டு கம்ப்ளீட்
11 கிளாஸா? எப்ப நடந்துச்சு புத்தா?
ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ் எங்கட பெட்ச்ல போட்டு தானே இது ரிப்பீட்
உங்களோட பெட்ச்ல போட்டீங்க. நீங்க எந்த பெட்ச் புத்தா?
பெட்ச் 2.
பெட்ச் 2ஆ? ஆஹா. நாங்க இப்பதான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி இன்னைக்கு உங்களோட 3rd கிளாஸ் பேட்டிக்கிட்டு இருக்குது. சரியா? நீங்க
மாத்தி போட்டாங்களா?
மாத்தி போட்டாங்களோ தெரியா. நாங்க இன்னும் இப்பதான் 3rd கிளாஸ். சரியா? நாங்க 2 ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி 2 கிளாसेस கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணிட்டோம். இப்போ இது எங்களோட 3rd கிளாஸ். சரியா?
ஓகே மிஸ்.
ஓகே புத்தா. நீங்க அது கொஞ்சம் கிளாரிஃபை பண்ணிக்கோங்க. மேனேஜ்மெண்டோட கொஞ்சம் கதைச்சு அவங்கள்ட்ட கேளுங்க கொஞ்சம் என்னதுன்னு சொல்லி. ஓகே?
ஓகே மிஸ்.
ஓகே புத்தா. ஓகே ஃபைன். Sorry. So first thing you have to understand புத்தா டேட்டா කියන්නේ මොනවාද කියලා. விளங்கிச்சா? நீங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ண வேண்டியது வந்து டேட்டான்னு சொன்னா என்னன்னு சொல்லி. சரியா? இந்த டேட்டான்னு சொன்னா என்னன்றது நீங்க விளங்கி கொண்டதுக்கு அப்புறம் ரெண்டாவது விஷயம் நீங்க படிக்க வேண்டியது வந்து டேட்டா பேஸ பத்தி. டேட்டா பேஸ்னா என்னன்னு விளங்கணும். அப்ப கலெக்ஷன் ஆஃப் டேட்டா தான் டேட்டா பேஸ். அப்ப இந்த டேட்டா பேஸ வச்சு என்ன செய்வாங்க? இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் எடுப்பாங்க. Is it clear? Okay, Buddha. So the first thing you have to know is what is actually data is, and then you have to know the database collection. Database එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොනවද කියලා. So actually it is a collection of data, isn't it? And then you have to know information එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොනවද. So having the database, you can come up with the information because all the data will be there in the database. ඒක තියාගෙන data information එකක් විදියට එකක් හදාගන්න පුළුවන්. So that's how all these community wise everything now even ඔයා YouTube එකේ මොනාරි related videos බලාගෙන ඉන්නකොට ඒකෙන්ම AliExpress එකේ offer එකක් තියෙනවා එහෙම කියලා advertisements එනවා නේද? So you might wonder මම මේක දැන් gaming video එකක් බලාගෙන ඉන්නවා කියලා හිතමුකෝ. So they like show you like advertisement which is related to gaming and all. එතකොට you might wonder දැන් මං නිකන් වීඩියෝස් නේ බලාගෙන හිටියේ කොහොමද මේක මෙයාලා මේ වගේ මේ මට ඇඩ්වර්ටයිස්මන්ට් එකටම රිලේටඩ් එක පෙන්වන්න කියලා. Because they having a dealing between the YouTube and the company, it could be the AliExpress or whatever it is, they take all your data. Okay, ඔයාලා බලන දේවල් ඔක්කොම අරන් එයාලා data එකක් AI එකෙන් මේ convert කරලා දෙනවා. So then that company what they do, they will advertise their products to you. So then they are doing their marketing. These people are just like looking the videos, you will be giving the views and other stuff. Okay, so then what will happen? මෙයාලටත් benefit එකක් තියෙනවා, company එකටත් benefit එකක් එතනින් යනවා. So that's how having a database actually we can come up with informations. Okay, so then information is a major resource and must manage using the principles that are used to manage other assets as well, such as employee, materials, equipments, and then financial resources. Okay, and also these resources can be divided into two. ඒ කියන්නේ පුතා දැන් information කියන්නේ දැන් ඔයාලට දන්නවා database එකකින් අපිට information ගන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. Then මේ information එක varied වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ not only for one category there could be informations. Then employees like details කියලා information එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, for like it could be separated to into two, physical resources, conceptual resources කියලා දෙකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? Then ඔයාට මේක ලොකුවට ගන්න එපා. Don't just take it as a big deal. Okay, just I'm giving you the idea behind database and data. Okay, එතකොට you have to know what is actually data is, and then the database කියන්නේ මොනවාද, information කියන්නේ මොනවාද කියලා තේරුම් ගන්න ඕනේ. And then only we can come up with our own database where we can collect data from other people. දැන් අපිට database එකක් තියෙනවා නම් අපි වෙන කාගෙන් හරි ගිහින් datas දෙන්න හරි කියලා අහන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. We can easily collect the data and then we can come up with our own database, isn't it? දැන් හරි. දැන් බලන්නකෝ. ඒකට information එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ නේ ඒක මම කිව්වා වගේ ඒක major source එකක්. ඒ කියන්නේ ලොකු source එකක් ඒක. ඒකෙන් තියෙන ගොඩාක් දේවල් තියෙනවා. ඒකේ තියෙන materialistics things තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම then person කෙනෙක්ව ගත්තොත් student details කියලා තියෙන පුළුවන්, employees details කියලා තියෙන පුළුවන්, ඒ වගේම clients details, customer details මේ වගේ ගොඩාක් දේවල් තියෙන්න පුළුවන් නේද? එතකොට employee කෙනෙක්ව ගත්තාම employee ගේ නම තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, employee ගේ number තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, employee ගේ NIC තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, NIC details. Okay, so email address එක තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. Likewise many stuff when it comes to one company. Now for example, if you take supermarket, in supermarkets what we have employees working there නේද? එහෙ වැඩ කරන කට්ටිය ඉන්නවනේ. එතකොට එයාලට අපි කියනවා employees කියලා. So they will separately have something called employee management system. So employee management system එකටම කියලා වෙනම database එකක් තියෙනවා. So in that database there all the data which is related to employee will be there. Employee's name, employee phone number, employee contact details, employee address, employee email address, employee's NIC number, and like everything, all the details related to employee. At the same time, in the same supermarket, they will have another separate database for what? For the customers details, customer management system කියලා. So in that, what they will have customer data, customer name, customer phone number, customer email address, customers, everything, all the data will be there in the customers data. So these are employment. These are physical things. Materialistic things අපි ගත්තාම materialistic things වලින් අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් things. Like stock management system එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. So all the products, whatever that they sell, comes under what? Materialistic things නේද? එතකොට කියන්න පුළුවන් අපිට එහෙ තියෙන products ඔක්කොම store කරලා තියන්නේ ඒ product එක QR code එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, and then the price of the product, and then the expire date, and then manufacturing date. Likewise all the data which is related to a product, whatever the product it is, comes under what? Materialistic things and machineries. Okay, so sometimes if there are many equipments or else like machineries in a company, they will have a separate database for that as well. In සමහර විට දැන් අපි හොටෙල් එකක් නැත්තම් ඒ වගේ තැනක් ගත්තොත් equipments ඒ ගොඩක් තියෙනවා නේද? දැන් එහෙදි play කරන්නට කියලා football ඒ වගේ equipments තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. Sometimes to do some other stuff they might have equipments, eating stuffs, and then like trolley, that and this everything comes under what? Machinery, equipments things, isn't it? Equipments. So all this comes under that. And then financial resources, that means billing, money, all this that comes under financial. Okay, so ekedi money e wagema tiyenawa billing system, like the payment, cashier, all the details like discounts, everything comes under what? Financial sector. Facilities, separate thing. So මේ වගේ හැම එකකටම කියලා වෙන මේ වගේ database එකකින් databases තියෙනවා. So tables තියෙනවා. Okay, you will later on understand what it is. And also organization growing becomes difficult to manage their physical resources by observation. So therefore managers and forced to rely on the conceptual resources. So at the beginning, when like if you just now itself Puta, if you just go to a supermarket, you may see this payroll system or the other systems in a company, like in a supermarket. But like if you just go to some other shops, like a vegetable shop or else fruit shop or something, they won't have this like if it is a small shop, they won't have any kind of this management system. So that is real, like in those kind of shops, what they do, they used to write down all the things. like employees එනවා නම් එයාලගේ details ගන්න බෑ යාලට easily නේද? එතකොට marketing කරනවා නම් ආයේ ඒ customer එයාලගේ කඩේට එනකම් බලාගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. But when it comes to supermarket, what they will do, they will put their offer details and everything in, they will just put as a message into their phone. එතකොට customers කොහොමදත් එයාලා ගාව ආයෙත් යනවා. But when it comes to some other companies, like some other shops, they don't have these systems, so they don't have any databases related to the they don't have any data related to their customers or any other stuff. So what they will have to do, they have to wait until others come, wait the customer comes. Okay, so they don't have any number or any other stuff. Understood? එතකොට මේ වගේ ගොඩක් ඩිස්ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ් චේන්ජ් එකක් තියෙනවා මේ වගේ අපි database එකක් පාවිච්චි කරේ නැත්නම් අපේ business එක grow කරන්න අමාරුයි. වේ තේරුණාද? ඒ හින්දා තමයි database එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ අපේ marketing එක, business growth එක හැම එකක්ම increase කරන එකක් තමයි මේ database කියන දෙයක්. Okay, so database එකකින් information කරගන්න හදාගන්න පුළුවන් information එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ that is really going to help you to grow your businesses. Now IT කියලා කිව්වම information technology. Information එක අරන් technology එක පාවිච්චි කරලා via marketing. That's the thing. So in all the businesses, database is something which is really important. Okay, I hope you got the idea. දැන් අපි බලමු database එකක් ගත්තාම ඒකට කියලා hierarchy කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. Okay, so we can't just assume a database as just a like collection of data. விளங்கிச்சா? எங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு டேட்டாபேஸ்னு சொன்னா அது டேட்டாபேஸ்னு சொன்னா இப்படி சும்மா ஒரு கலெக்ஷன் உண்டிக்கும், அதுல வந்து நிறைய டேட்டாஸ் இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு எங்களுக்கு அது எடுத்துக்கொள்ள இயலாது. There is a hierarchy for it. Okay, so you better take down this. Okay, while I'm explaining, you just take it down. Database hierarchy කියලා කියන්නේ පුතා in whatever that inside the database has been like utilized. Okay, it has been categorized. So database file කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා, the main file that encompasses the entire database. Okay, එතකොට මෙයා තමයි main file එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ. මේක ඇතුලේ තමයි all the datas will be there. database එකම තියෙන්නේ මේක ඇතුලේ තමයි. data ඔක්කොම තියෙන information everything will be there in the file. So what is inside the file? database file එකේ ඇතුලේ මොනවද තියෙන්නේ? table. තේරුණාද? now database එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ නිකන් barrel එකක් වගේ ගන්න water tank එකක් වගේ. Inside that you have water, right? But water is also not filled just. Okay, those water, the water is also has been like categorized. It has been like filled in each of those like component, I think. Okay, මම example එකක් විදිහට කියන්නේ. එතකොට හිතා ගන්න tables තමයි තියෙන්නේ database එකේ තුල කියලා. ගොඩාක් tables තියෙනවා. Inside the database file you have really like a lot of tables. Okay, so table එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ a collection of data about a specific topic. So it comes under specific topic. එතකොට database file එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ database file එකේ ඇතුලේ tables තියෙනවා. So මේ table එකත් නිකන් තියෙන්නේ, but it comes what in specific topics. Like for, you can have a specific table for student details, you can have a specific table for payment details. Okay, so all these comes under what? Specific topic. விளங்கிச்சா? இப்ப இந்த மாதிரி இப்ப ஸ்டூடெண்ட் டீடைல்ஸ்னு சொன்னா அது ஒரு ஸ்பெசிபிக்கான டாபிக். எங்களுக்கு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் டீடைல்ஸ்னு சொல்லிக்கிற ஒரு டேபிள்குள்ள போயிட்டு எங்களுக்கு புக் டீடைல்ஸ் எல்லாத்தையும் எட் பண்ணிலுமா, இன்சர்ட் பண்ணிலுமா, இல்லாட்டி பேமெண்ட் டீடைல்ஸ் எல்லாத்தையும் இன்சர்ட் பண்ணிலுமா? ஏலாது. அதுல நாங்க இன்சர்ட் பண்ண போயிட்டோம்னா எல்லாம் கொலபரேட் ஆகிடும். என்ன? So we have to separately have table where we can separately like come up with an information. Okay, එතකොට separately student details කියලා වෙනම table එකක් තියෙනවා නම් ඒකෙන් students ලගේ details එක විතරයි තියෙන්නේ. payment details කියලා වෙනම table එකක් තියෙනවා නම් ඒකෙන් payments details විතරයි තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම book details කියලා වෙනම table එකක් තියෙනවා නම් ඒකෙන් book details විතරයි තියෙන්නේ. There won't be any student details in it. Okay, student name එහෙමත් නැත්නම් students ලගේ phone number ඒකේ තියෙනවද? No. Only that table, only that specified table will have specified data in it. Okay, and also assume employee details කියලා table එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා employee details විතරයි ඒකේ තියෙන්නේ. They won't include all the student details into it, isn't it? So likewise database will have tables with under specific topics. Now inside the table you have fields. database එකේ ඇතුලේ මොනවද තියෙන්නේ? tables. table එකේ ඇතුලේ මොනවද තියෙන්නේ? fields කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. Okay, so these are categories of data within a table. So in fields you will have categories. Okay, ඒ කියන්නේ name කියලා category එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, phone number කියලා category එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, and you can have an email category, you can have address category, you can have nic category. Understood? So in the table you have fields categorized. Okay, it has been categorized. Okay, so database එකේ තුලේ tables තියෙනවා, table එකේ තුලේ fields තියෙනවා. That field also have categories. Okay, so in the name category, in name field can we add our email address? අපේ email address එක ගිහින් field මොනවාද name කියලා තියෙන field එක add කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? Can't. உங்களுக்கு கேளுமா அப்படி? உங்களோட phone number எழுத வேண்டிய இடத்துல போயிட்டு email address ஒன்று add பண்ணி வைக்கலுமா? ஏலா. So each and every of these categories will have the separate datas, the relevant datas in it. Okay, and then in the fields you have data types puta මේක ලියා ගන්න. Okay, better take it down. The properties of the data: text, integers, time, data, date, time or date, or else you have like password, email. Likewise type එක. දැන් මේ fields එකේ තුලේ data type කියලා එකක් අපි දෙන්න ඕනේ. දැන් name කියන්නේ ඒක email එකක්ද, email type එකක්ද, නැත්නම් password type එකක්ද, නැත්නම් time type එකක්ද, නැත්නම් date type එකක්ද, නැත්නම් integer කියන data type එකක්ද? No. name කියන්නේ ඒක text type එකක් නේද? ඒ වගේම අපි phone number එක ගත්තාම ඒක මොන වගේ type එකක්ද? number type එකක්ද, නැත්නම් text type එකක්ද, integer type එකක්ද, time type එකක්ද, මොන වගේ type එකක්ද? එහෙම කියලා බලන්න ඕනේ data type එක. email එක ගත්තාම ඒක මොනවාද? text type එකක්ද, integer type එකක්ද, time type එකක්ද? time එක ගත්තාම time කියන්නේ මොන වගේ type එකක්ද? data. For each and every data it has its own types පුතා. விளங்கிச்சா? ஒவ்வொரு டேட்டாக்கும் சொல்லி அதுக்கான ஒரு type ஒன்று இருக்கும். And I have already taught you this. Now when you take a human even like human is a type. Okay, so can we tell looking at a dog, can we tell that it is also a human type? No, you can't tell, isn't it? Because that is an animal, isn't it? So looking at a bird, can you tell that is an animal? You can't just, right? You can't just tell it is a walking animal, it is a bird, isn't it? So if you're just looking at a fish, can you tell that it is a bird? No, it's not a bird, it is a fish, isn't it? So all these, likewise data is also having its own type. Understood? So if you are just typing a number, your age, okay, your age is not a text, isn't it? Is it a text? No, it is an integer data type. Okay, integer කියලා කියන්නේ decimal value එකක් නැතුව තියෙන එකක්. விளங்கிச்சா? integer சொன்னா நீங்க உங்களோட ஏஜ் கேட்டிங்க, யாராச்சும் சொன்ன கேட்டாங்கண்டா நீங்க என்ன சொல்லுவீங்க? 20 ன்ற 20 டுவீங்க, 21 ன்ற 21 டுவீங்க, 23 ன்ற 23 டுவீங்க. Understood? So இந்த இந்த ஏஜ் வந்து இந்த 23 ன்னு சொல்ற ஏஜ் வந்து நீங்க 23.05 அப்படி எல்லாம் சொல்லுவீங்களா? No, you won't tell like that. Will you tell, if somebody asks you what is your age, will you be telling that my age is 23.0.1 likewise? No, you won't tell that decimal value, right? You at once you would just tell that my age is this. So that is known as integer data type. Okay, so ඒ වගේම තියෙනවා floating data type කියලා, where you can include decimal values. In floating you will have like 1.0 like point values. Okay, so that is known as in floating data type. And there is another data type where we can tell text is one data type, and then string we can call it as string data type, and then boolean කියලා data type එකක් තියෙනවා, yes or no, true or false කියන්නේ boolean data type. ඒ වගේම double කියලා data type එකක් තියෙනවා, where you can have like a lengthy decimal value. Okay, like same as floating, you can have many more like numbers in it. Okay, it's the lengthiest decimal value you will have in the double data type. Okay, and then date, time මේකට කියලා වෙනම data type එකක් තියෙනවා. Likewise, now as I told you, real time එකේ human, bird මේ වගේ තියෙනවා වගේම datas වලිනොත් types තියෙනවා. ඔයාගේ age එකට අපි කියන්නේ text type කියලා. ඒක අපි කියනවා integer data type එකක් කියලා. Likewise, field එකේ then name, age, address, phone number කියලා තියෙනවා කියලා කියමුකෝ. මේ name කියන්නේ මොන වගේ data type එකක්ද? ඒ වගේම number, age කියන්නේ මොන වගේ data type එකක්ද කියන එක අපි identify කරන්න ඕනේ. That comes under what? Under field. Okay, even in data types, you will have values. Okay, so data type okay, you will have values. So as you guys know that when it comes to a table එකේ දැන් මම ඔයාලට example එකක් විදියට draw කරලා පෙන්නන්නම්. For example, I'll just okay, I'll add another new slide and I'll just draw and show you. எதுவும் doubts இருந்தா கேளுங்களேன். You may ask me if you have any doubts, okay? So then මම මොනවද කිව්වේ නම් database කියන්නේ මේ වගේ එකක්. It's like a tank. It contains all the data. Now, even inside this database, okay, database, what you will have tables. Tables තියෙනවා. ඒක clear නේ ඔයාලට? In the table, what you will have these columns and rows, right? You will have fields. So each of these fields, okay, name, මෙතන අපි කියමුකෝ මෙතන name කියලා දැන් ඔයාලා අර CR එකේ හරි නැත්නම් මේ full stop paper එකේදී ලියනවා නම් මේ වගේ තමයි හදාගන්නේ. name කියලා තියන කියලා කිව්වමුකෝ name. Just write it down. Sorry. Okay, with the text just name, and then let's say address, and then let's say in this field you have age. So these are known as what? These are known as fields. Okay, so then බලන්න මේ field එකටම කියලා type එකක් තියෙනවා, data type එකක්, isn't it? Now you have a type for it. Data. Okay, so බලන්න so assume that these are fields. So name කියන්නේ එක field එකක්, address කියන්නේ එක field එකක්, age කියන්නේ එක field එකක්, and then you can have multiple fields like that, NIC likewise. So each of these fields have its own data type. Now name is a text data type, address is also a text data type. You can have what? You can have numbers, letters, symbols, whatever, then that is a text data type. So then age is what? It is not a text data type, it is an integer data type. Integer data set type එකක්. ඒ වගේම තියෙනවා what we have phone number කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා කියමුකෝ. Most of the time we used to tell that it is a text data type because later on I'll tell why it is, because we don't used to give it as integer data type. Okay, we just used to like name the data type as most of the time text කියලා තමයි දෙන්නේ. මම ඒක එයි කියලා පස්සේ මම ඔයාලට database හදනකොට කියලා දෙන්නම්. And then NIC කියලා තියෙනවා නම් it is also comes under what? Text data type, because you have that B, right? So that is a string data type. And if it is your marks, okay, subject marks or something, then that comes under what? Comes under floating or double ඒ වගේ data type එකයි. So you will have values, like here under name you will have values. ඒක තමයි අන්තිමට කියලා තියෙන්නේ. දැන් මෙතන ශෆී that is a value. Okay, if there is something called, if there is another value, that is a value. Okay, if there is another name, that is a value. Understood? So then all to make a තේරුණානේ database එකකින් ඇතුලේ මොනවද තියෙන්නේ? Tables තියෙනවා, table එකේ ඇතුලේ fields තියෙනවා. Each of these fields have its own data type, and then in the data, in all those data fields you will have actual data like your name, your age, everything will be there. So that's how the hierarchy can be drawn. So for example, now here for the same hierarchy, an example has been given. field එක බලන්න student database කියන එක තමයි database file කියන එක. Okay, so that is the database file. Student database කියන එක තමයි file එක. table එක student කියලා table එකක් තියෙනවා මේ student database කියන එකේ ඇතුලේ. ඒකේ field එකක් තියෙනවා first name කියලා. හරිද? ඒ first name කියන එක type එක මොනවාද? text type එකක්. And then Peter කියන එක value එකක්. This is clear? விளங்கிச்சா இது? ஃபைல் நேம் வந்து நாங்க சொல்லுவோம் ஸ்டூடெண்ட் டேட்டாபேஸ்க்கு தானே நாங்க சொல்லுவோம். இப்போ ஸ்டூடெண்ட் டேட்டாபேஸ்னு சொல்லி ஒரு டேட்டாபேஸ் ஒண்டிக்குது. அதுக்குள்ள வந்து ஒரு டேபிள் ஒண்டிக்குது. அது பேர் வந்து ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்னு சொல்லி ஒரு டேபிள் உண்டு. அதுக்குள்ள ஃபீல்ட்ஸ் நிறைய இருக்குது. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நேம், லாஸ்ட் நேம், மிட் நேம் அந்த மாதிரி. அப்ப அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நேம்னு சொல்ற ஒரு ஃபீல்டை இங்க நீங்க தந்திக்கிறாங்க. அப்ப அதுக்கான டேட்டா டைப் நாங்க எடுத்துக்கொண்டோம்னா அது ஒரு டெக்ஸ்ட் டேட்டா டைப். சரியா? அதே மாதிரி அதுக்கான ஒரு வெளிவை கொடுப்போம்னு சொன்னா அது பீட்டர்னு சொல்லியோ இல்லாட்டி உங்களுக்கு வேண்டிய ஜான்னு சொல்லியோ ஜாக்னு சொல்லியோ ஏதோ ஒரு டைப்பை வந்து உங்களுக்கு கொடுக்கலாம். அப்னானோ, ரிஸ்லான், ஓ பிரகாஷ், வாட் எவர் த டேட்டா டைப் யூ வாண்ட், த வேல்யூ யூ வாண்ட். இது விளங்கிச்சா உங்களுக்கு? మీకు తేరునాది విளங்கிச்சா இது உங்களுக்கு? எக்ஸாம்பிள் விளங்கிச்சா? ஹைரார்கி எப்படி இந்த விளங்கிச்சா? டேட்டாபேஸ்ல ஹைரார்கி. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Now, just tell me whether you understand or not. Is it clear? I might need to explain it again. Okay, Prakash, it is clear, right? What about others? Rizlan? Jatu, is it clear, Puta? Terunada. Have you taken down this as well? Example එකක් තියාගත්තා නම් හොඳයි ඈ. මේකත් ලියා ගන්න බලන්න. Okay, දැන් ඔයාලට දන්නවා database එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොනවද කියලා already දන්නවා. මම ඔයාලට මේකෙන් ටිකක් අර මේ මොනවාද text අර professional මේ විදියෙන් කියලා දෙන්නම්. Interrelated data that can be processed. That is the main thing. Okay, database එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ interrelated data. relate එකක් නෑ එතන. Interrelated data that can be processed by one or more applications and then it can be organized. Okay, so that is what is database is. So mainly store කරන්න පුළුවන් database එකකින් manage කරන්න පුළුවන්, retrieve කරන්න පුළුවන්, මේ දේවල් කරන්න පුළුවන් database එකකින්. So then they have like there's a note like if you are familiar with spreadsheet, Microsoft Excel එකේ spreadsheet එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න දන්නව නම් you are probably already accumulating what? You are just storing data and information, right? So then you know now as you are using spreadsheet and if you know how to use Excel, then you are just using a database. That's it. Okay, you are working with the database. ඒකේ තියෙනවනේ table තියෙනවා, fields තියෙනවා, fields එකේ types තියෙනවා, and then what you will do? You will enter values into those fields. Okay, so example for databases. So there are many kind of databases. So I'll just give you few examples just for understanding. Mailing list කියලා database එකක් තියෙනවා නම් you will have the name, mail එක තියෙනවා, mail ID එක යාළගේ තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, and then වෙලාව මොනාරිය වගේ දානවා නම් දාන්න පුළුවන්. video rent stall. Okay, ඒකට database එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. like rent stall එකකින් යාළගේ video related data ඔක්කොම කරන්න පුළුවන්. order details. කවුද ඕඩර් කරේ? කස්ටමර්ගේ නම, කස්ටමර්ගේ නම්බර්, ඕඩර් කරපු බඩුගේ නම්බර් එක, ප්‍රයිස් එක, likewise. Okay, staff attendance, staffගේ නම, attendance එකක් නම් the in time, out time, signature, isn't it? So all this comes under what? Staff attendance. Salary details, salary detail එකේදී මොනවාද? month එක. Okay, so for which month, for how many hours, how much is the payment, hourly payment එකක් නම් ඒක කීයද, monthly payment එකක් නම් මේක කීයද, EPF, ETF, tax එකක් එහෙම තියෙනවද? All the details comes under what? Salary details. And then inventory control systems, and then student details, contact informations. Contact information means you will have all the details like name and then the contact number or else in email address like flight reservation systems, hotel reservation systems, etc. So then everything, wherever you go, wherever you just like in your day-to-day life, even you may be sometimes going through these databases. Okay, so database එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ හැම firm එකටම, okay, හැම field එකකින්ම පාවිච්චි කරන දෙයක්. අන්න වැළඟිචා. டேட்டாபேஸ் சொன்னா அது எல்லா விதமான பிசினஸ்க்கும் எல்லா விதமான ஒரு பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் ஒரு ஃபேமுக்குமே வந்து பாவிக்க ஒரு ஈக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு விஷயம் தான் டேட்டாபேஸ்னு சொல்லி. இட் குட் பி அ ஷாப், இட் குட் பி அ ஹோட்டல், இட் குட் பி அ what a religious like religion place. Okay, if not we can tell a stationery shop, or else a library, or else we can say that an institute. Okay, මොන වුණත් ඔයාලගේ day to day life එක ඔයාලා interact කරන හැම දෙයකටම database එකක් කියන එක අනිවාර්යෙන් තියෙනවා. Even if you go to KFC and just purchase something, they are entering your data details, or else the payment, everything, the payment details, everything will be noted where? In the database. So everything is there with the owner. So owner will go through, in this branch they have done this kind of purchase, and then okay, for this purchase this much of amount has been taken. So the like finally මේ amount එක දෙන්න ඕනේ. system එක අනිවාර්යෙන් අන්තිම amount එක මේක නම් ඒ අන්තිම value එක ඒ amount එක අනිවාර්යෙන් යාගේ අතට දෙන්න ඕනේ. அலங்கிச்சா. அப்ப database ஒன்னிக்கின்னு சொன்னா ஒரு பிழையுமே நடக்காது. அலங்கிச்சா. ஏன்னா calculationலயோ எதுலயுமே ஒரு பிழையும் நடக்காது. அவங்க அந்த இப்ப நாங்க QR கோடை வந்து ஸ்கேன் பண்ணினோடனே அதோட விலை வந்து எட் பண்ணப்படும். அப்ப அதுக்கான சல்லி எடுத்துட்டு மீதி சல்லியை தருவாங்க. தந்ததுக்கு பிறகு பில் ஒன்று தருவாங்க. So then that bill, that all the details whatever that you get through the bill will get registered in the database as well. அலங்கிச்சா. So everything, all the things, whatever that you face in your day-to-day life, wherever you go, wherever you interact, everything has its own database. Okay, තේරුණාද දැන්? A database system එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ it is an information system that uses database. Database system එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ information system එකක්. ඒක use කරන්නේ මොනවාද? database එක. System, database system කියන්නේ මොනවාද? We are just now database කියන්නේ, you know, collection of data. It will have tables, it will have data types, it will have fields, it will have values. So you know what is database actually it is. But when it comes to database system, now system එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ could be a management system. Okay, database management system එකක්. Okay, so it like එකෙන් අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් employee management system, customer management system, student management system, all comes under what? Database systems. System කියලා කියන්නේ මේ හැම එකකටම. So may information, now it is an information system because it has, if it is having data in it, then that is an information system. Actually it is, isn't it? Then company එකේ තියෙනවා කියලා හිතනකො employee management system කියලා. දැන් මං අලුතින් කම්පැනි එකකට යනවා කියලා හිතන්න. Okay, දැන් මං අලුතින් මොනාරි කම්පැනි එකකට වැඩට යනවා. එතකොට ඒකේ HR manager එක කතා කරලා මං මගේ details හැම එකක්ම දීලා දැන් එයා employee management system එකේ මගේ details හැම එකක්ම එඩ් කරා කියලා හිතමු. சரியா? இப்போ நான் ஒரு புதிய ஒரு கம்பெனி ஒன்றுக்கு போறேன். அப்ப அவங்க என்ன செய்றாங்க? என்னோட பேசிட்டு என் டீடைல்ஸ் எல்லாத்தையுமே எடுத்து எம்ப்ளாயி மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் சிஸ்டம்ல வந்து எட் பண்றாங்க. அவங்க எட் பண்ணினதுக்கு போறோம் என்ன நடக்கும்னு சொன்னா எம்ப்ளாயி மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் சிஸ்டம்குள்ள வந்து என் பேர், என் அட்ரஸ், என் ஃபோன் நம்பர், என் ஏஜ் எல்லாமே ஈக்கும். Okay, all the details will be there in the database. Whatever that is related to that employee will be. Can't you see the screen? I have already shared it. What happened, Rizlan? Others, what about you? Prakash, can't you see the screen, Puta? Screen velangudilla. Yeah, Rizlan ku mattum velangudilla. I'll reshare it again. Now is it clear? Now see. Can, right? Okay. So database එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ database එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොනවාද කියලා දන්නවා. It has table, it has fields, it has value, it has data type and everything. Now system එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ employee. දැන් හිතන්නකෝ මම කලින් කිව්වා වගේ දැන් මම employee කෙනෙක් අලුතින් වැඩට ගියා. මගේ details හැම එකක්ම employee management system එකේ upload කරලා තියෙනවා කියලා හිතමු. දැන් මාත් එක්කම ඉන්න වෙන කෙනෙක් දෙයා already ඉන්නවා. දැන් එයාට මං ගැන දැනගන්න ඕනේ නම් no need to come and talk to me and ask things, right? employee management system එකේ එයාලට access තියෙනවනේ. එතකොට එයා යනවා අයාලගේ co-workers ලගේ details බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් නම් එයාට ගිහින් ඒකෙන් බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. එයාගේ නම මොනවාද, එයාගේ age එක මොනවාද, එයාගේ address එක මොනවාද, හැම දෙයක්ම you can see through what the management system, the system. Okay, so system means something where it contains information. Understood? So data plus information. Understood? So may consist may database system consist කරන්නේ මොනවාද? database එකක් අනිවාර්යෙන් තියෙනවා. database management system එකක් අනිවාර්යෙන් තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ මේක develop කරන්න database system එකක් develop කරන්න අනිවාර්යෙන් අපි database management system එකක් use කරන්න වෙනවා. ඒක SQL, Microsoft SQL වෙන්න පුළුවන්, MySQL වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේ ගොඩක් තියෙනවා මම ඔයාලට ඒකෙන් උගන්වන්නම්. එතකොට ඒ වගේ management system එකක් අනිවාර්යෙන් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒ වගේම appropriate hardwares like switches, router, okay, Ethernet, and then what? For the internet you have to have Wi-Fi connection. For that only you will having router, hard disk sometimes, okay, hard disk එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒ වගේම RAM capacity මේ ඔක්කොම දේවල් whatever that is related to this will comes under what? Appropriate hardware. Softwares, sometimes maybe sometimes you might need some softwares. Okay, then database management system එකක් හදනවා නම් you can't just create it. Instead of doing that you might need to have like softwares. Then XAMPP කියලා software එකක් තියෙනවා. Okay, ඒකේදී Oracle එහෙම මම ඔයාලට පස්සේ උගන්වන්නකොට ඒක තේරෙයි. So Oracle කියන මේ Apache කියලා server එකක් තියෙනවා, Oracle කියලා server එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේ servers පාවිච්චි කරන්න අපි local disk එකේ locally පාවිච්චි කරන්න ඒ වගේ softwares ඕන වෙනවා. So maybe sometimes you might need to have Visual Studio or some softwares. Okay, and people, definitely people නැත්තම් you can't manage the database system, right? So people are the one who will be giving the input to the system. Then ඔයා උනත් ආසිරියකට ගියාම reception කෙනෙක් නැත්තම් එතන කොහොම ඔයාගේ data එක දෙන්නේ? So there should be a people, a person to get your data and give the input to the system. Clear ද? ඔයාලට මේක තේරුණාද? database system එකක් concept කරන්නේ database එකක් අනිවාර්යෙන් තියෙනවා. database එක manage කරන්න management system එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. hardware, appropriate hardware තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒ වගේම softwares උත් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒ වගේම people නැත්තම් වැඩක්ම නැහැ. මේ ඔක්කොම තියලා people නැත්තම් there is no point of having the system. Is it clear? මේක තේරුණාද? වැළඟිචා? database system சொன்ன என்னன்னு சொல்லி டேட்டாபேஸிக்கும் டேட்டாபேஸை மேனேஜ் பண்றதுக்குன்ற ஒரு சிஸ்டம் உண்டிக்கும் அப்ரோப்ரியேட்டான ஹார்ட்வேர் ரவுட்டர் ஐக்கலாம் அது ஹார்ட் டிஸ்க் ஐக்கலாம் இந்த மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்ச ஹார்ட் டிஸ்க் ஹார்ட்வேர் டிவைசஸ் ஐக்கலாம் அதே மாதிரி சாஃப்ட்வேர்ஸ் 2-3 சாஃப்ட்வேர்ஸும் இருக்குது ஓகே சில டைம் வந்து சில சாஃப்ட்வேர்ஸ் வந்து தேவைப்படலாம் அப்ப அந்த மாதிரி சாஃப்ட்வேர்ஸும் இதுக்கு தேவைப்படும் அப்ப இதெல்லாம் தேவைப்படுற விஷயங்கள் ஒரு டேட்டாபேஸ் சிஸ்டம் செய்யறதுக்கு வந்து எங்களுக்கு இதெல்லாம் தேவை அது யூஸ் பண்ணணும்னா இந்த விஷயங்கள் தேவை எங்களுக்கு ஓகே Clear? Is it clear? Am I clear to you guys? Okay, Azim. Only Azim has said yes. What about others? Prakash, Velangicha Puta. Vera Prakash? Jatu, did you understand? Clear ne Puta? Okay, very good. Okay, Ashan. Thank you. Okay, very good. Well done. Okay, if you have any doubts, you may ask me. Now, see Puta, this is just an interface structure where assume this brown color, this rectangle as the computer, the user's interface. Now, whatever that you are looking at, now I am sharing this presentation with you and talking to you. You can see something in your screen, right? The same thing which I am looking at is being displayed in your screen as well. ஏன்னா இப்ப நான் பாக்குற எந்த ஸ்கிரீன்ல பாக்குற அதே விஷயம் வந்து உங்களோட ස්ක්‍රීන්ලෙන් வந்து ඩිස්ප්ලේ ආවුது මං බලන දේම තමයි ඔයාගේ ස්ක්‍රීන් එකේ තියෙන්නේ එතකොට ඔයා මේ බලන අර ඉන්ටර්ෆේස් කරන අර ඉන්ටර්ෆේස් එක තියෙනවනේ ඔයා ඉන්ටරැක්ට් කරන ඉන්ටර්ෆේස් එක තියෙනවනේ ඒකට අපි කියනවා user interface කියලා හරි එතකොට දැන් zoom එක ඔයා ඕපන් කරලා ඒක පාවිච්චි කරනවා නම් ඒකට අපි කියනවා user interface කියලා WhatsApp එක ඕපන් කරලා ඔයා බලන එකට අපි කියනවා user interface කියලා AliExpress එක type කරලා ඔයා ගියපු ගමන්ම බලන එකට අපි කියනවා user interface කියලා okay so whatever that the user is interacting with is known as users interface okay එතකොට users ලට interface එකට datas නැත්නම් දැන් ඔය even if you are just going through the assume now for example I'll tell පුතා දැන් ප්‍රකාශ එයාගේ ෆෝන් එක ගන්නවා අරන් එයාගේ ෆෝන් එකේ එයා Facebook එකට යනවා කියලා හිතන්න Facebook එකට ගිහින් ඔයා මොනවද කරන්නේ you just scroll down නේද scroll කරගෙන යනවා you will just have like pictures එනවා ඔයාලගේ යාළුවෝ දාපු pictures තියෙනවා like කරන්න පුළුවන් comment එකක් දානවා that's how you use the social media right if not you will take a selfie and you will post it so now the scrolling menu is known as user interface then ඒ scroll කරනකොට automatically ඔයාලගේ යාළුවෝගේ එහෙම pictures එනවනේ ඒක කොහෙන්දලා දෙන්නේ that is from the database so database කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා වෙනම okay කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ ඒක server එකේ ඇතුලේ තියෙනවා වෙනම server එකේ Apache server එකක් ඒකක් තියෙනවා ඒ web server එකේ ඇතුලේ තියෙනවා ඒකෙන් ඉඳලා මේ DBMS ඒ data ඔක්කොම ගන්නවා even if you just go through the YouTube videos scrolling you will have many videos so all the videos comes from where from the database so DBMS database management system will take all the data from the database and it will give you the result to the interface so you will look at the interface and then you can watch the video or you can comment or you can you can share that's what you will be doing so the red color arrow shows you are the one who will be looking at it so result is coming from where from the database so if you are posting something it directly goes where to the database so database will take it to the DBMS and then DBMS will be giving it to the users interface make a clear the தேருனாது விளங்கிச்சா இது நீங்க வந்து எந்த ஒரு விஷயம் யூடியூப்லயோ இல்லாட்டி இன்ஸ்டாகிராம்லயோ பாக்குறீங்கன்றாலும் அதெல்லாம் என்னது நீங்க பாக்குற விஷயங்கள் எல்லாமே வந்து ஒரு டேட்டாபேஸ்ல இருந்து டேட்டாபேஸ் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் சிஸ்டம் வந்து எடுத்து உங்களுக்கு தரும் அப்ப நீங்க அதை தாரதை தான் ஸ்க்ரோல் பண்ணி நாங்க 1 hour 2 hour 3 hour பாக்குறது எல்லாம் விளங்கிச்சா நாங்க சோசியல் மீடியா பாவிக்கிறோம்னு சொன்னா அதுல நீங்க ஒவ்வொரு டைமும் போய் டேட்டா செட் பண்ணி கொண்டு லைக்கிறீங்களா யாரோ ஒருத்தர் போட்ட டேட்டா வந்து உங்களுக்கு வருது அப்ப அவங்களோட டேட்டாஸ் எப்படி உங்களுக்கு வருதுண்டா எல்லாம் இந்த DBMS டேட்டாபேஸ் மூலமா விளங்கிச்சா இஸ் இட் கிளியர் ஐ ஹோப் இட் இஸ் கிளியர் that is what data DBMS only I was explaining it again okay here previously DBMS is the database management system okay database management system so then database management system ekak kiyala kiyanne where it will manage all the data and take it to you and give okay so there are a few database management system as I told you before in the first slide Microsoft SQL servers කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා and then you have MySQL කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා there are Oracle likewise there are many most database management systems are there then database එකක් හදන්න ඕනේ නම් you have to have a management system to create it at once can you do that මම ඔයාලට example එක පෙන්නන්නකෝ එතකොට ඔයාලට තේරෙයි ඒ තියෙන්නේ SQL server management studio මේක DBMS එකක් access කියන්නේ DBMS එකක් okay access ඔයාලා අහලා ඇති නේද access කියන්නේ මේ මොනවාද Microsoft Office package එකේ තියෙන එකක් access කියලා එකක් තියෙනවානේ I will teach you that as well access එක කොහොමද පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ mainly we will be doing that only after that we will move on to the other let it open I'll show you how does the interface look like ඒකෙන් තමයි ඔයාලා data ඒ කියන්නේ then excel ඒකත් database management system එකක් excel කියන්නේත් ඒ වගේ එකක් so where you will be managing the data okay database එක manage කරන්න පාවිච්චි කරන system එකක් ඒක is it clear පුතා Azim is it clear so database කියන්නේ වෙනම එකක් database එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ ඒකේ ඇතුලේ tables තියෙනවා table එකේ ඇතුලේ fields තියෙන ඒවා but මේ tables හැම එකක්ම හදන්න database එකම හදන්න you have to have this DBMS let it open and I'll show you so then you have something called database applications when it comes to the real time world you have something called database applications so PC databases කියලා තියෙනවා work group databases කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා department databases තියෙනවා enterprises databases කියලා තියෙනවා PC databases in all your computers you have this like excel වෙන්න පුළුවන් access වෙන්න පුළුවන් mysql වෙන්න පුළුවන් නැත්නම් microsoft excel server දැන් මගේ computer එකේ තියෙන හැම එකක්ම PC databases work group databases කියලා තව තියෙනවා. ඒක සමහරට companies සමහර companies වලින් තමයි ඒක පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ. In some companies, here this is one DBMS, database management system. So I will be teaching this. For example, I'll show you one database which I have created for my previous students. Here databases are there. If we expand it, you can see plenty more databases in it. ඔයාලා ලියාගත්තා නම් ඔයාලට තේරෙයි. ඔන්න notes ටිකක් මම කියනකොට ලියා ගන්න. හරිද? Take down notes, then you will really understand. You can remember. Let it expand here. Yeah, see how many databases that I have created. Oh, for these are my eSoft students databases. Okay, for them like DISC kila batches තියනවා. So for them I have created, for the DBMS also I have created. DW is also maybe there. Yeah, how many databases? So all these are databases. For example, I'll open one and show you one database. DISC 65 open kala penanako. So you click on it, then you will have tables. Expand it. Yeah, there is a table. Okay. So even if you expand it, you will have key, columns and everything. Under columns, you will have all the fields. So I'll just open it. Here. This is the table. See, column name එක තියෙනවා. Here, as you can see, data type. Okay. So ID is an integer data type. වාචා කියන්නේ character ඒක මේකෙන් එන එකක්. මේ DBMS එකේ text කියන එක අපි වාචා කියලා තමයි දෙන්නේ. සමහර එකේ තියෙනවා string කියලා දෙන්න පුළුවන්. සමහර එකේ text කියලා දෙන්න පුළුවන්. Likewise it varies. Okay. So here all these data are vacha data types, and then the length has been given. In this we can only type 25 texts. In this we can type only 100 text. Likewise. Okay. The length. So is it clear? This is what is known as DBMS, database management system. Now itself we can't get into that because still we are in the basics. Okay, so basic එකේ ඉඳලා එකපාරට මේකට පනින්න බෑ. So we have to go one by one. So then work group databases කියලා තියෙනවා, departmental databases. So work group databases කියලා කියන්නේ පොඩි companies වල සමහර දැන් ඔයා ගෙදර තියෙන personal computer එකේ තියෙන databases වලට වඩා ඒක නිකන් මේකේ වැඩි. අද SQL management system එක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ MySQL එකත් සමහරට work groups වල තියෙනවා. And also Microsoft SQL Server is also maybe can be used. Okay, Access also can be used in work group databases. Departmental databases වල තියෙනවා management systems. Okay, then BI ඒ වගේම තියෙනවා business intelligence කියලා තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම තියෙනවා then CEOs ඒ වගේ තියෙනනේ එයාලට management එයාලට decision management systems කියලා තියෙනවා. Likewise ඒ වගේ departmental management systems තියෙනවා. වෙනම එයාලටම කියලා management systems කරන්නට කියලා. Enterprises databases තියෙනවා. Now AliExpress, and then if you take all these e-commerce websites, they are enterprising things, right? So then they have variety of databases for the enterprising sectors. So from the like small step PCK indala enterprises වෙනකන් databases availability තියෙනවා. Okay, so detailedly මම ඔයාලට එක කියලා දෙන්නම්. දැන් අපි බලමු file oriented system එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොනවාද කියලා. So processing needs of individual departments in organization instead of regarding the organization as all application programs or systems are designed to meet the need of the particular department or user group. So then බලන්න student details කියලා table එකක් තියෙනවා නම් file එකක් තියෙනවා නම් ඒකෙදි student details කියලා file එකක් තියෙනවා. Okay, student details කියන එකේ student details කියලා file එකක් තියෙනවා. Okay, not only student details file will be there. Student details එකේදී student payment කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. Okay, student mark. Then now this is one database. So in one database several files can be there. Okay, so student details එකකට කියලා දැන් අපි හිතමුකෝ දැන් මෙතන institute එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා. Okay, so now we are in an institute. Assume that we are in an institute. Maybe it could be eSoft or Gatwick or wherever. Okay, assume that we are in Gatwick College. So for each badges, okay, then database class කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා, programming කියලා තියෙනවා වෙනම course එකක්, ඒ වගේම වෙන මොනවද තියෙන්නේ, Microsoft Office කියලා වෙනම course එකක් තියෙනවා ඔයාලට, and then you have what, software engineering, web engineering, graphic designing. Likewise, you might be following Azim, what is that, Puta? I didn't get you. Your personal request is, can I get MS Excel formulas for data entry? Data entry is, Puta, even if you just use formulas, there you are entering a data. You have to understand the data concept, Puta. First thing, you have to understand the concept behind the data. That is what from the beginning I was explaining. Okay. So then formulas, that told, no, you don't need to worry about that stuffs, because formula is something where you will do calculations and other stuffs. Okay, formula is somehow it is needed, but here, okay, let me explain. Just Puta, even if you just type Azim, it is a data. Okay, so assume that you are doing a calculation using a formula. You are doing a calculation. Okay, you are adding two numbers like 1 and 2, 3. You are doing the formula, you are getting 3 as the output. That is a data. 3 is a data. Okay, so after doing the formula, you are getting the value. That means that is a data. So whatever you do, it is a data. Whatever you insert, it is a data. It could be a address, it could be a name, it could be a number, it could be a like circumferences of a table, it could be circumferences of a table, or as an area of a table. It's not a table, sorry, a circle. Okay, area of a circle, or circumferences of a circle, or else you can say that a height of a person, height. Okay, likewise width of something. Okay, height of something. Everything comes under what? Data. All these are known as data. Okay, so that's what I was explaining from the beginning. Okay, Buddha. So from the beginning I was telling everything, even if it is a thing, even if it is a person, even if it is whatever it is, okay, it has its own data. I was explaining, can you remember at the starting, when I was starting this session, I was telling, if we take my phone, and if I am just explaining about my phone, what is the type of my phone, and the height of it, the width of my phone, okay, everything is known as data, Puta, the height. Now if I am doing a calculation to find out my salary, okay, so I am doing a formula right there, isn't it? So finding out my salary means, like, after calculating with the EPF and other stuff, that is a formulation, isn't it? I am doing a formula over there. So then in in MS SQL, you will be doing a formula in order to find out your final salary. So that is a data. The final salary is a data. Understood? So everything's a data, Puta. Data is something, whatever it is, a single thing is known as data. Okay, it could be a price of a particular product. Okay, so assume that you are trying to purchase a biscuit packet or something, assume for an example, or it's a chocolate. So that the price of it is data. The barcode value, it is a data. The name of the product is a data. The brand is a data. Likewise, everything is a data, Puta. Okay, even though if you are doing a formula, that is, after that you will get a data. Okay, so there is no any connection between the formulation and then the data. Okay, you have to be clear with it. Okay, I hope you got it. So then, now Puta, if you take this, I was explaining the student management system, you won't have only the students details. Having only the student details, now if you take Gatwick College, they won't have only your name as the details, isn't it? Your name, your address, your phone number, your NIC, your details will be there. But at the same time, you have to have your payment details as well, right? So they can't edit in the same student details table your payment details as well. அலங்கிச்சா, உங்களோட பேமெண்ட் டீடைல்ஸையும் அப்படியே எடுத்து கொண்டு போயிட்டு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் டீடைல்ஸ்ல போட்டாங்கண்டா எல்லாமே ஒன்றுக்குள்ள ஆகிடும். மார்க்ஸ் எல்லாமே அதுக்குள்ள வரையலாம். Separately, you have to have student details කියලා වෙනම table එකක්. ඊට පස්සේ වෙන file එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. In that file, you have to have the payment. එතකොට එතනෙන් කියන්න පුළුවන් this names number is this, registration number is this, his or her name is this, එයාගේ payment එක මෙදාට කරලා තියෙනවා, so payment දවස මේක, so due date එක කීයද, likewise all the payment details will be there, remaining payment is how much, likewise. Okay, so students marks, so once after you completed doing your assignment and your examinations, you will be having another table. Okay, so your name, with the name, your registration number, there your NIC or your personal details is not needed, only the marks details will be there. Okay, when it comes to payment, your personal details is not needed, only for the student details your personal details are needed. Understood? So in student marks, only the student number, student name, and your marks will be there. Subject details, subject, what is the subject, what is the course, and then the marks for that particular subject. That's how these files will be allocated. விளங்கிச்சா? அப்ப எல்லாமே வந்து ஒரே குப்பையில போட்ட மாதிரி இருக்காது. விளங்கிச்சா? எல்லாம் வந்து ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ணப்பட்டு தான் நிக்கும். ஒரு டேட்டா பேஸ் எடுத்தோம்னு சொன்னா ஒரு குப்பை மாதிரி அப்படி எல்லாமே இட் won't look like a garbage. Okay, so in garbage what we have all the things together, but when it comes to database, it has been organized in a way where we can access the data correctly, okay, easily actually. Okay, so this application program systems will, it has been already designed to meet the needs, okay, from for particular department. Okay, so payment detail එක විතරක් බලන්න ඕනේ නම් payment කරන a department payment department එකට ගියාම now you wanted to do the payment, then they will have their own system. Okay, එතකොට ඔයාලගේ payment detail එක විතරයි එයා බලලා ඒකට අදාළ දේවල් එයා add කරනවා. So teachers ලට ඔයාලගේ payment details ඕනේද? Do they need all your payment other stuffs and all? No, teachers will have only access to where? Student marks. So payment කරන කට්ටිය දැන් ඔයා payment කරන්න යනවා නම් will they ask you marks and all? No, they will ask you like due date කීයක්ද pay කරන්නේ, they will විතරයි. So for particular department, like particular tables can be used, particular files can be used, so they will go through that and they will update your data. That's how this can be divided. මේක இது விளங்கிச்சா உங்களுக்கு? තේරුණාද පුතා? දැන් ඔයාලගේ දැන් එම්ප්ලොයි කෙනෙක්ගේ ඩීටේල්ස් හැමෝටම දෙන්න ඕන කියලා නෑ. ඔයාගේ එම්ප්ලොයි කෙනෙක්ගේ පේමන්ට් ඩීටේල්ස් එක හැමෝටම බලන්න පුළුවන් විදිහට තිබ්බොතින් all the other employees also will know මෙයා මෙච්චර ගණක් ගන්නවා කියලා එයාලට දන්නව නේද? So we are not telling everybody that your salary is this කියලා නේද? So for each department, separate department wise applications will be there. Okay, I hope you got it. Is it clear here? මේක තේරුණාද? මේක clearද ඔයාලට? තේරුම් ගත්තා නම් හරි. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් අපි ගත්තම දැන් ඔයාලට හිතන්න පුළුවන් database එකකින් student details කියලා එක table එකක් තියලා ඒක ඇතුළේම payment marks හැම එකක්ම දාන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. You can't do that. You have to separately have all the data tables in order to keep separate details. Okay, then student number එක තුනෙන්ම තියෙනවා, student name එක තුනෙන්ම තියෙනවා, but student address, student phone number, student NIC details හැම එකෙම තියෙන්නේ නැහැ. Understood? Student payment details එක තුනෙන්ම තියෙනවද? No, separate tables. Okay, separately tables will be there, separate details will be in each of those tables. I hope you understand. And problems of file processing systems. සමහර file processing කරනකොට system එකේ තියෙන සමහර problems තියෙන්න පුළුවන් නේ. We can't have all the files processing system without having any problem. So in order to come up with the solution only, we will be coming up with this ER diagram and the normalization. මේ ඔක්කොම කරන්නේ මේ problem එක avoid කරන්න තමයි. விளங்கிச்சா? இப்போ இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் எல்லாத்தையும் அவாய்ட் பண்றதுக்காக வேண்டி தான் நாங்க நார்மலைசேஷன், ER டயக்ராம் இதெல்லாமே வந்து படிக்க போறோம். அப்ப இன்னும் உங்களோட கண்டினியூ கிளாஸஸ்ல அதெல்லாம் படிப்பீங்க. ஸோ தென் ෆයිල් ප්‍රොසෙස් එකක් කරනකොට data redundancy එන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ data redundancy කියන්නේ දැන් හිතන්න එක ක්ලාස් එකේ ළමයෙක් දැන් මේ හිතන්නකෝ get week එකේ course එකක් තියෙනවා. දැන් database එකට කියලා course එකක් තියෙනවා. දැන් එයාලා මොනා කරලා ඇතිද? සිස්ටම් එකක් හදලා ඇති. ඒකෙදි ස්ටුඩන්ට් ඩීටේල්ස් කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒකෙදි ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස් ලගේ name, ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස් ලගේ NIC, ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස් ලගේ phone number, ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස් ලගේ address හැම එකක්ම තියෙනවා. දැන් හිතන්න ස්ටුඩන්ට් කෙනෙක් එනවා. කොහෙටද? get week එකට එනවා කියලා හිතන්න. சரியா? ஸ்டூடெண்ட் ஒருத்தர் வராரு get weekக்கு. சரியா? இப்போ என்ன செய்வாங்க? எப்படியுமே வந்து ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் டீடைல்ஸ் எடுக்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு ஃபைல் வந்து வச்சிருப்பாங்க. අප இப்போ ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் வந்து சொல்றாரு my name is Azim කියලා. හරිද? එතකොට එයා කියනවා my name is Azim. Okay, my age is this, my address is this, my phone number is this. Likewise, he is giving all the data. After that, Prakash coming. Prakash coming and giving all his data. මගේ නම මේක, මගේ address එක මේක, my phone number is this කියලා. He is telling all his details. And again, another person coming with the same name saying Prakash. එක්කෙනෙක් තව එක්කෙනෙක් එනවා එයා කියනවා මගේ නමත් ප්‍රකාශ් තමා කියලා. එතකොට මොනවාද වෙන්නේ? redundancy, data redundancy කියන්නේ මේකට. හරිද? දෙක කියන්නේ data දෙකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන් with the same name. It could happen with Shafia කියන name එකෙන් දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්න පුළුවන්. Afnan කියන නමෙන් දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්න පුළුවන්. It could happen. Ahsan කියන නමෙන් දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්න පුළුවන්. Isn't it? So it could happen. It could happen. We can't just avoid it. Jatu කියන නමෙන් දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්න පුළුවන්, isn't it? දෙන්නෙක් තුන් දෙනෙක් ඉන්න පුළුවන්. In one class there could be many, isn't it? So මේ වගේ වෙනකොට මොනවාද වෙන්නේ? data redundancy වෙනවා. ඒකට තමයි solution එකක් තියෙන්නේ, primary key කියලා එකක්. Okay, later on you will be learning that. එතකොට මේ වගේ data redundancy කියන්නේ මොනවාද කියලා තේරුණාද? Okay, did you understand what does it mean by data redundancy කියන්නේ මොනවාද කියන එක තේරුණාද? So you have to understand what is data redundancy is, because it is something where repeatedly something is being happening. Is it clear? තේරුණා නේද? Okay, I hope you understood. And then inconsistent data. ඒ කියන්නේ සමහර විට අර relate නැති data දෙන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, කියන්නේ දැන් ගොඩාක් details එහෙම දානකොට if we are just adding multiple data into databases, හිතන්නකෝ කොච්චරනම් data තියෙන්න පුළුවන්ද? එතකොට සමහර විට අපිට දැන් fields තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ field එකේ සමහර අය දැන් එහෙම තමයි usually වෙන්නේ most of the time, like when you are like filling a form and all in AliExpress or eBay or somewhere, maybe in the password field you might give your email address as an input. එහෙම වෙන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම දෙනවනේ. දැන් අපිත් එහෙමනේ usually මාත් එහෙම තමයි කරන්නේ. නම type කරන්න කියලා name එක type කරන්න කියලා තියෙනදී we might use to type our number and all. Isn't it? We usually do that stuff, right? Like මොනාරි කියලා තියෙනවා නම් ඒකට ඔයා මෙහෙම කියනවද මං වෙන දෙයක් තමයි කරන්න කියලා we used to do something else, isn't it? So we can't avoid that because it could happen. So at that time what we can do is there is something called, once after we do the normalization and all, අපිට එතන දාන්න පුළුවන් data type එක අනිවාර්යෙන් මේක වෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා. Like we are defining. So here in this field, like if they try to type something else, instead of typing the name, if they try to type numbers, then an error will be occurred and say please type your name, okay, instead of typing your number. Just don't do that. Likewise it will show you an error. Okay, you can't enter any numbers as an input. Likewise, okay. So ඒ වගේ අපිට ඒකත් reduce කරන්න පුළුවන්. We can come up with that solution as well. එතකොට redundancy කියන්නේ repeat වෙන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙමත් නැත්නම් inconsistent data දෙන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට ඒ වගේ තැන්වලදී අපිට පුළුවන් මේ වගේ solutions කරන්න. So for that only we have to come up with something called normalization, and අපි මොනවද කරන්න ඊට පස්සේ ER diagram කියන එකත් draw කරගන්නවා. Okay, so is it clear? තේරුණාද ඒක? ඒක දැනට ඔයාලට තේරුනේ නැත්නම් අවුලක් නැහැ. Okay, just keep it as it is, keep it in mind. Okay, later on we will be somehow we will be learning all the steps, we will be discussing it again. හරිද? එතකොට ඔයාලට ඒක තේරෙයි. So don't worry. හරිද? inflexibility කියලා කියන්නේ ඒ කියන්නේ සමහර විට දැන් flexible නැතුව තියෙන්න පුළුවන් සමහර විට. Okay, ඒ කියන්නේ like all the fields won't be flexible. Okay, සමහර data තියෙන්න පුළුවන් flexible නැති data තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. හරි? அப்படின்னு சொன்னா flexible இல்லாத data வந்து add பண்ணப்படலாம். I mean சமஹர ஒரு சில ஃபீல்ட்ஸ்ல வந்து என்ன சில டேட்டாஸ் வந்து ரிடண்டன்ட் ஆகலாம். ஒரே டேட்டா வந்து 2-3 தரக்க வந்து வரும். மேலும் அதே மாதிரி சில இடத்துல வந்து பிலியான டேட்டாஸ் கொடுக்கப்படலாம். ஏன்னா உங்களோட டேட் ஆஃப் பேர்த் தாங்கன்னு சொல்லிற இடத்துல இமெயில் அட்ரஸ் டைப் பண்ணி வச்சதாக்களும் மீப்பாங்க. ஏன்னா இல்லாட்டி ஃபோன் நம்பரை தாங்கன்னு சொல்ற இடத்துக்கிட்ட வேற என்னமாச்சும் டைப் பண்றாக்களும் மீப்பாங்க. ஸோ இது எல்லாத்தையும் இல்லாம இதை அவாய்ட் பண்றதுக்காக வேண்டிட்டு தான் நாங்க நார்மலைசேஷன்ஸ் அதே மாதிரி ER டயக்ராம்ஸ் எல்லாம் வந்து ட்ரா பண்ணுவோம். லிமிட்டட் டேட்டா ஷேரிங் and also sometimes in file processing systems limit එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් සමහරට ඔයා ලොකුවට මොනාර එකක් ටයිප් කරන්න කියාම it cannot be done. Okay, limited only can be shared in that particular file. Okay, එතකොට limited data only can be shared. එහෙම සමහරට ඒකත් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට අපිට ඒකට වෙනවා extend කරන්න, database size එක extend කරන්න වෙනවා. Okay, එතකොට තමයි අපිට unlimited data එක store කරගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ. So while I was teaching, I will be teaching it to you. And poor data control, සමහරට poor data control එක දැන් data control කරන්න නැතු ගොඩාක් data like if it is like garbage එකක් වගේ ගොඩාක් එවිද if it started to fulfill. Now most of the time එහෙම වෙනවා. දැන් AliExpress එකේ if we have like 100 or 200 accounts, then it is like a poor control, isn't it? Data control එකක් නැහැ එතන, isn't it? So we are having 100 or 200 accounts in one particular website. So we can't have that, right? So in one account, we like in one website or wherever the management system, we have to have one account, right? Then Ashan kiyana nameng Ahsan kiyana nameng, assume that we can't have like 2 or 3 student details forms, isn't it? We have to have only one form with the name, isn't it? Your details has to be only once. Okay, so ඒ වගේ data control කරනකොට poor data control එකක් තියෙන්නේ නැතුව ඒ වගේ අපි redundant කරලා ඒක හදා ගන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ no, we have to come up with a normalization in order to avoid all these poor problems. Okay, so இது problem எல்லாத்தையும் இல்லாம ஆக்கிறதுக்காக வேண்டி தான் நாங்க normalization, ER diagram இதெல்லாம் படிப்போம். அப்ப don't worry. So these are some kind of problem where we used to face when it comes to a real time file processing system. Okay, and then make a clear that දැන් ඔයාලට ඔක්කොම තේරුණාද? තේරුණාද නැත්නම් ඔයාලට මොනාරි explain කරන්න ඕනේද කියලා කියන්නකෝ. You can talk to me. Those are like problems. Okay, that's it. Those are like few problems that occurs when you are working with the database. Okay, so I will be teaching you how we can come up with the solution. For redundancy, we can come up with the primary key. So in order to avoid the multiplication, like multiplied values into it, then we can come up with something called primary key, where it won't allow you to enter like 2 times. You cannot have the same names likewise. Okay, so later on you will be doing those stuff, don't worry. So those are just kind of problems which you might face. Okay, so this is also the same thing. Okay, so DBMS, database management system එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ it's a software. Okay, so as I showed you now, මේ තියෙන්නේ මම ඔයාලට example එකක් විදිහට පෙන්වන්නේ. Wait, so this is a software. This is a database management system. So this is a software. හරිද? දැන් මේක කවුරු හරි Microsoft Office of Microsoft එකේ ඉඳලා එයාලා මේ invent කරලා තියෙන software එකක්. හරිද? So then that is a software. So then පුතා මේ වගේ database management system ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. MySQL server කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. වෙන තියෙනවා Oracle, Apache, මේ වගේ ගොඩක් servers තියෙනවා. So all those are known as softwares. So then it has been facilitated the management of database. මේක database එක හදන්නටම කියලා facilitize කරලා තියෙන එකක් තමයි මේ database management systems කියන එක. එතකොට Access වෙන්න පුළුවන්, සමහරට Excel කියන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, Access එක mainly that is also a management system, and it is also a software which has been facilitized just to manage the data. Okay, and also if you can say a collection of programs that enables you to store, modify and extract information from the database. If not, we can tell that a management system, database management, DBMS එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ. Now earlier Azim asked me, DBMS එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ it is a collection of program that enables you to store. Collection of program එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ it is a software. Okay, කවුරු හරි කෙනෙක් C# හරි නැත්නම් Java නැත්නම් Python නැත්නම් Pascal නැත්නම් PHP මොනාරි programming language එකක් පාවිච්චි කරලා ඔයාලා වගේ programmer කෙනෙක් නැත්නම් කවුරු හරි programmer කෙනෙක් හරි මේ software එක develop කරලා තියෙනවා. මොන එකද? Access වෙන්න පුළුවන්, Excel වෙන්න පුළුවන්, නැත්නම් MS Office නෙවෙයි මේ මොනවාද දැන් මම Microsoft SQL management server වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මේ වගේ මොනාරි server එකක්, management system එකක් කවුරු හරි එක්කෙනෙක් software එකක් විදියට develop කරලා තියෙනවා. சரியா? software உண்டா அவங்க வந்து அதை develop பண்ணிக்கிறாங்க ஒரு programming language யூஸ் பண்ணி. அப்ப அது என்னத்துக்கு அவங்க செஞ்சிராங்க? ஸ்டோர் பண்றதுக்கு டேட்டாவை மாடிஃபை பண்றதுக்கு எக்ஸ்ட்ராக்ட் பண்றதுக்கு இத மாதிரியான எல்லா விஷயமும் செய்யறதுக்காக வேண்டி அவங்க டேட்டா பேஸ் வந்து இப்படி எல்லாம் செய்யறதுக்காக வேண்டின்னு சொல்லி ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராமபிள் ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராம் பண்ணி ஒரு சாஃப்ட்வேரை வந்து அவங்க செஞ்சிக்கிறாங்க. சரியா? we can say that as well, like we can tell that is a software which has been facilitated to manage the database, or else we can call it as a collection of program that has been enabled to use to you just to store the data, modify and extract information from the database. That's it. There are many different types of DBMSs. As I told you, there are many different types of DBMSs ranging from small systems that run on personal computers to huge systems that runs on main firms. Okay, then man calling alter me graphic akke pinwane me tiyenne me graphic personal computer ke indala enterprises databases wenaka management systems tiyenawa. එතකොට ඔයාගේ computer එකේ තියෙන පොඩි system එකේ ඉඳලා ලොකු firms වලට main firms වලට පාවිච්චි කරන ලොකු database management systems උත් තියෙනවා. Okay, so for example අපේ personal computer එකේ තියෙන database management system එකක් තමයි access කියන එක. මම ඔයාලට පෙන්නන්නම් ඒකත්. access වෙන්න පුළුවන් මේ තියෙන access 2016 මගේ එකේ තියෙනවා මේක database management system එකක්. Okay, likewise in all the firms they have their own management system. They use some kind of a DBMS, database management system. Is it clear? Here some examples has been given. Microsoft Access is one kind of management system, DBMS. Open Office කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා, base කියලා එකක්. ඒක Open Office එකේ base කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා, that is a DBMS. DB කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා, that is a DBMS. Oracle, as I told you earlier, Oracle is a DBMS. SQL Server, as I showed you here, this is a DBMS. මේ තියෙන්නේ SQL Server කියන්නේ මේක. This is a DBMS. Okay, so මේක DBMS එකක්. ඒ වගේම Sybase කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා, ඒක DBMS එකක්. Foxpro කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා, that is a DBMS. Clipper කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා, that is a DBMS. Paradox කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා, මේක DBMS එකක්. So here likewise there are many more DBMSs okay available. තේරුණාද? So not only one or two, there are many. Okay, DBMSs ගොඩක් ඒ වගේ තියෙනවා. Is it clear? Microsoft Office එකේ තියෙන එකක් තමයි මේ Access කියන එක. Likewise අපි දැන් පාවිච්චි කරනවා වගේ විතරක් නෙවෙයි, there are many more DBMSs available out over there. இப்போ விளங்கிச்சா இது? விளங்கிச்சா? இப்போ நீங்க பாக்குற இந்த இது எல்லாமே ஒரு DBMSs, database management system. நான் access காட்டினது ஒரு DBMS, பேஸ்னு சொல்றது ஒரு database management system. இவங்க எல்லாமே வந்து ஒரு சாஃப்ட்வேர். இவங்க என்னத்துக்கு உருவாக்கப்பட்டிருக்காங்க? எங்களுக்கு தேவையான டேட்டாபேஸ் செய்யறதுக்கும், எங்களுக்கு தேவையான டேபிள் அதுக்குள்ள கிரியேட் பண்றதுக்கும், எங்களுக்கு தேவையான மாதிரி எல்லாத்தையும் செஞ்சு கொள்ளத்தான் இந்த DBMS எல்லாமே வந்து உருவாக்கப்பட்டிருக்குது. Database management systems has been created just to modify, store and extract data as we need. விளங்கிச்சா? Is it clear? තේරුණාද? DBMSs කියන්නේ මොනවටද? Oracle කියන්නේ ඒකත් Oracle තමයි mostly popularly main firms වලින් පාවිච්චි කරන database management system එකක් එක. අපි personal computer එකේ එහෙම පාවිච්චි කරනවා නම් අපිට MS Access එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්, නැත්නම් SQL Server කියන එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. Is it clear or should I need to explain it again? விளங்கிச்சா? இல்லாட்டி இன்னொருக்கா explain பண்ணவா என்ன? තේරුණාද කොහමද? තේරුණාද නැත්නම් explain කරන්න ඕනේද ආයි? Clear? Okay. Okay, fine. දැන් බලන්න. දැන් ඔයාලට ගොඩාක් මේක කරගෙන යන්න බෑ. I am just giving you the idea behind the DBMS. DBMS කියන්නේ මොනවද? Datas කියන්නේ දන්නවා දැන්. Database එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොනවද? ඒකේ table තියෙනවා, table එකේ ඇතුලේ fields තියෙනවා, ඒ දේවල් දන්නවා. දැන් මේ databases හදන්න මොනවද පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් කියන එකක් දන්නවා. DBMS කියන එක. Database Management Systems කියලා තියෙනවා. ඒව පාවිච්චි කරලා අපිට databases හදා ගන්න පුළුවන් කියන එකත් ඔයාලට දැන් දන්නවා. Then functions of DBMS. Then DBMS කියන එකේදී functions තියෙනවා. Data security කරන්න පුළුවන්. අපි data security කියන එක තියෙනවා. ඒ ඉඳනේ අපි ඒව පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ. නැත්තම් data secure වෙන්නේ නැත්තම් we can't sure that assume that then Gatwick කියලා college එකේ ඉන්න students ලගේ details ඔක්කොම e-soft එකට යනවා නම් then there is no security නේද? So they are like stealing all the data from the one company to another, isn't it? So we can't just keep the data without securing it. Okay, security then Facebook එකේ තියෙන data ඔක්කොම වෙන Instagram නැත්නම් වෙන මොනාරි company එකක් ගත්තා නම් then there is no security, right? So DBMS database management system එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ data security කරන්න පුළුවන් විදියට තියෙන්න ඕනේ. Okay, it should be really it should be secured the data, that whatever that we are entering into the DBMS has to secure the data whatever it has in it. තේරුණාද ඔයාලට? security කියන එක මාර එක main purpose එක. එතකොට usually you might have seen like in some then අපිට then හිතන්නකෝ then අපි in මේ නිකන් කිව්වොතින් Facebook එකේ තියෙන මගේ අපේ data එක හරි. then අනිත් අයගේ data එක හැම can we just have a look? Can't, right? It has been secured. It means like they don't show you all the data, isn't it? All the other people's data, isn't it? So it has been secured. And then integrity, data integrity කියලා කියන්නේ then සමහර විට මම කලින් කිව්වා වගේ then මම කියවනේ අර repetitions එහෙමත් නැත්නම් invalid data දෙන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. ඒ වගේ දෙන්න බැරුව ඒක restrict කරන එකක් තමයි DBMS කියන එක. So then we integrate it, like that means we say that here you can enter only the name, here you can enter only the text, you can enter only the phone number. Likewise we integrate it. Okay, backup recovery අනිවාර්යෙන් තියෙන්න ඕනේ DBMS එකේ. Okay, backups ගන්න බැරි නම් if there are like 5 years back there, if there was some files which you need it right now, එතකොට අපි file එකේ ලියලා තියෙනවා නම් if we are maintaining files for a long time, then maybe sometimes it might have like flood එකක් ආව නම් ඒක නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙමත් නැත්නම් ඒක මේ fire accident එකක් වුණා නම් ඒකත් නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Maybe sometimes it might happen. But when it comes to a real time computerized system, DBMS එක database management system එකකින් තියෙනවා නම් backups අනිවාර්යෙන් තියෙනවා ඒකෙදි. recover කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙනවා ඒ හින්දා නේද? එතකොට even 5 years back තියපු data උනත් ඔයාලට අරගන්න පුළුවන් in DBMSs. Okay. එතකොට file එකක් නම් එහෙම නෑ නේද? So you will have only the current data with it, isn't it? So late ඔයාලට පරණ data එහෙම ගන්න ඕනේ නම් you can go for the backup and you can recover it. Is it clear? விளங்கிச்சா? இப்போ உங்களுக்கு பழைய டேட்டாஸ் எல்லாம் எடுக்கணும். என்ன டேட்டான்றது முக்கியமான ஒரு விஷயம் தானே. எனக்கு இப்போ முந்தி ஒரு 2 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னுக்கு வந்து ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டோட பேர் அவங்களோட டீட்டெயில்ஸ் எல்லாம் எடுக்கணும்னு சொன்னா எனக்கு நான் ஒரு பேப்பர்ல எழுதி நான் மெயின்டைன் பண்றேன் டேட்டா எல்லாத்தையும். அப்ப எனக்கு மேபி சம்டைம்ஸ் அந்த ஃபைல தேடியே டைம் போய்த்துடும். அதே நான் வந்து ஒரு டிபிஎம்எஸ் பாவிச்சிட்டேன்னு சொன்னா, டேட்டாபேஸ் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் சிஸ்டம் ஒன்றை யூஸ் பண்றேன்னு சொன்னா அதுல பேக்கப் எப்படியுமே இருக்கும். அப்ப எனக்கு தேவையான மாதிரி ரிகவர் பண்ணி தேவையான டிலீட் பண்ணிட்டேன்னு சொன்னா அதை ரிகவர் பண்ணி எடுத்துக்கொள்ளலாம். concurrent data access. Okay, concurrent data access එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ දැන් සමහර විට මෙහෙම කියමුකෝ. සමහර විට අපිට concurrent data කියලා කියන්නේ දැන් මෙහෙමයි. So sometimes maybe you might have like seen in some cases in some companies you might have faced that in like they take all your data. Okay, then ඔයා supermarket එකේ ගියා කියලා කියමුකෝ. So in there they will ask you to give master card එකක් දෙනවා එහෙම කියලා අහනවනේ. So sir, if you wanted to get registered you have to pay 100 rupees. එතකොට ඔයාට මේකෙන් discounts එහෙම ගන්න පුළුවන් එහෙම කියලා අහනවා නේද? So එතකොට ඔයා මොනවද කරන්නේ? දැන් ඔයා ගිහින් ඔයාගේ නම දෙනවා එතන. දීලා ඔයාගේ details එක්කම දෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ ඔයාගේ නම ඔක්කොම දෙනවා. And then with the then ඔයාගේ ගෙදර ඉඳන්ම තව එක්කෙනෙක් යනවා කියලා හිතමුකෝ. හරිද? දැන් ඔයාගේ අයියා හරි මල්ලි හරි කවුරු හරි යනවා කියලා. උට එයා same address එක same එකක්ම දෙනවා. ඔයාගේ detail එකේම තියෙන ඒවා දෙනවා. So then එතන concurrent data එකක් තියෙනවා. හරිද? එතකොට ඒ වෙලාවදී තමයි මේ primary key කියන එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. So then it avoid that. Okay. So then primary key එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ separately මෙයාව වෙනම එයාව වෙනම පෙන්නනවා. එතකොට ඔයාගේ phone number එක සමහරට ගන්න පුළුවන් එයාලා primary data විදියට. නැත්නම් NIC එක ගන්න පුළුවන්. So then using, because NIC is unique, right? You will have your own NIC, but at the same time your brother won't have the same NIC number, right? So same as that. Okay. And use oriented data manipulation. එතකොට එක users ලට කියලා වෙන වෙනම එයාලගේ manipulate කරන්න පුළුවන් විදියට interface එක තියෙන්න ඕනේ. So use oriented users ලට ඕන විදියට තමයි data manipulation එක කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ database management system එකකින්. application develop කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ database management system එකකින්. application development කියලා කියන්නේ having a database is not enough, right? So having this database should be able to develop an application. aid application එකක් develop කරන්න පුළුවන් විදිහට තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ இப்போ நாங்கள் டேட்டாஸை மட்டும் வச்சு கொண்டு இருந்தோம்னு சொன்னால் எப்பயுமே எங்கள்கிட்ட டேட்டாஸ் மட்டும் தான் இருக்கும். அப்போ அதே டேட்டாஸ் எல்லாத்தையுமே வச்சு ஒரு அப்ளிகேஷன் உண்டு மாதிரி இப்போ பிக்மி ஊபர் මේ වගේ ඇප්ලිකේෂන් එකක් ඩෙවලොප් කරනවා නම් ඒකට අපිට database management system එකක් අනිවාර්යෙන් ඕන වෙනවා. හරිද? ඒක ඒ database management system එකක් කොහොම හරි මේ application development කරපු මේ application වල පිටිපස්සේ තියෙනවා. Because now Picme, does it have data? Yes, it has. Your data is with them. නේද? ඒ වගේම Uber, do they have your data? Yes, they have. Your registration data are there. But where do they save all these data? Not in their application, but inside the DBMS, database management system එකක් තියෙනවා එයාලටම කියලා. So in there they have saved. application එකේ මොනවද කරන්නේ? එයාලා type කරාම automatically data retrieve වෙලා එනවා. So then they can access it. Okay? So මම ඔයාලට example එකක් විදියට system එකක් පෙන්නන්නම්. example එකක් පෙන්නන්නම්. You can see. So then you will understand මේ විදියටද මේක application එක වැඩ කරන්නේ කියලා. I'll just open. Now I'll open Visual Studio and I'll show you how does database works behind this. Okay, database එක වෙනම තියෙනවා. මම ඒකත් පෙන්නන්නම් database එකේ datas කොහොමද add වෙන්නේ කියන එක. So you will understand actually DBMS එක කොහොමද වැඩ කරන්නේ කියලා. Let me show you. If you have any doubts, you may ask me, okay? Now what I have done is I have developed an application. Okay, so for this I've been using a DBMS. Okay, application එකක් විතර තියලා මදි. ඒ application එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න ඕනේ නම් we have to have data. So that is why I have created a database. I'll be showing you both the database එක කොහොමද මේකෙන් අපි input එක දුන්නා මේක කොහොමද වැඩ කරන්නේ කියලා. Okay, wait, let me show you. දැන් බලන්න මම ඕපන් කරපු මේ සිස්ටම් එක library management system එක. මේ තියෙන්නේ library ms එක තමයි මම ඕපන් කරේ. சரியா? இப்போ நான் இதை ஓபன் பண்ணினேன் library management system. For that here this is separate application development software. In SQL management system I will have a DB for that. See, library management system, maybe this could be the one. We'll see what we have connected over here. මේක මෙයත් එක්ක yeah LMS. Let's see which database management system it is. Okay. පොඩගෙන මම මේක දැනට ස්ටොප් කරලා database එකත් ඔයාලට open කරන්න. එතකොට තමයි input එක දුන්නම ඔයාලට database එක පෙන්වන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ. tbmst tblms එක underscore නේ. okay මෙතන බලන්න අපි tb underscore l underscore ms කියලා එකක් තියෙනවද? Okay, here data has been given. We'll see now. We'll give a data. This is what, which table? TBL book. Book details තියෙන table එකක්. Book ID, book name, author, publish date, and then category. So let's get back to the system, application system, and we'll start it. Now here, when it is running, it would look something like this. I'll show you in the white background. Here. මේක තමයි interface එක. Username එක අපි දෙමු admin කියලා. And the password for now I'll just give 1 2 3. So soon after you open the interface, it would look something like this. So here, if we get into the book details, it will open something like this. And here, if I just type 1 and try to insert it, if the data is already existing in the database, it will show you that record is already existing with the same ID. You can't add the same ID again and again. So then what we are doing? We are avoiding the redundancy. Redundancy එක තමයි මෙතන අපි avoid කරන්නේ. එතකොට එකම number එකක් එකම value එකක් දෙපාරක් කියන්න බෑ. ඒක හරිනේ, redundancy එක අපි නැති කරනවා මෙතන. Then for example I'll just give 24 කියලා ID එකක් දෙනවා කියලා හිතමුකෝ. Hopefully yeah, it's not there. Then I'll give the date book name as ADB කියලා. Okay, නිකන් මං දෙනවා. author එක දෙන්නම් test කියලා දෙන්නම්. And then publish date එක නිකන් මේ date එකක් අපි select කරමු. book category kids කියලා දෙමු නිකන්. And let's save it. Successfully saved. Okay, so it has been saved into the database now. Okay, book details. Now let's get back here. I am not sure whether the table is this the same. Hopefully maybe this should be. Here is the table TBL book. මේක නෙවෙයි අපි මේ table එක නෙවෙයි add කරලා තියෙන්නේ. අවුලක් නැහැ. මම මේකෙන්ම ඔයාලට පෙන්නන්නම්. මේ table එක open කරලා මේකෙන්ම පෙන්නන්නම්. බලන්න අපි මොනවද දුන්නේ? table author එක දුන්නා exam test කියලා එහෙමනේ දුන්නේ. So for now I'll just close the system and then we'll get into the database of the system. Okay, later on you will be learning how to connect it with this, and then how we can do a kind of an application like this, and then how to add the data and everything. I'll be teaching you, don't worry. So මේක තමයි database එක. හරි? අපි මෙයාව open කරමු. Can you see? Can you see the data here? 24 කියලා දුන්නා ABD test. Yeah, the date kids කියන මේකට තමයි මම දුන්නේ. So it has been added into the database. 24 කියන ID එක database එක ඇතුළට add වෙලා තියෙනවා. If I just type 1, why didn't it let me to add the ID 1? Because it is already existing. So this one is the one which I added right now. 24 කියන එක ABD කියලා මම දුන්නා. Test කියන එක අවත කියලා දුන්නා. Is it clear? So this is how an application works, interact with the data DBMS, and this is how it works. So like one by one, we at the theory part, we are still in the theory part. You have to understand how does it actually work. So step by step, we will be learning how I'll be teaching you query languages. You will be creating a database, and then we will be connecting the database with an application. And then api kara wagema application එකක් develop කරලා insert කරලා database එකට insert කරන එක, save කරන එක, ඒ වගේම modify කරන එක හැම එකක්ම කරලා බලමු. හරිද? එතකොට අපි step by step ඒක ඔක්කොම කරමු. Then for now, that is how it is working. You have to understand how does the database concept works, database management system actually works, interacting with the what? With the system, an application system like this. So now if I just do it again, I'll just try to add another data into the same database and show you here. I have logged in. So let's log in. Then බලන්න මේකත් මෙහෙමයි. Login වෙනකොට ඔයාට ඔයා wrong username එකක් දෙනවා කියලා කියමුකෝ. DDD කියලා password එක හරි password එක දීලා login වෙනවා නම් incorrect password or username. And you have to give the correct username and the password. Yeah, now you will be able to log into the book details. So whatever the details, you can go to whatever the page you want. Then mang book. Yeah, I will be teaching Access Puta, don't worry. I'll be explaining how to use Access and all. Now I am just showing Puta, okay, how actually application works. Okay, application interacts with the database management system. That is I am showing. So here if I just type 2 is not there ne. Api dakana 2 nane or database එක තිබ්බ නෑනේ. Yeah, 2 is not there. Only 100 and 500 is there. 2 කියන එක දීලා insert කරමු. And here this, let's say Harry Potter book එක. I can't remember the name. Just say type sample. Sci-fi or mystery. Saved successful. Stop the program. Now let's come here to the database and let's reload it. Now you can see the data which I added using the form has been added. Yeah, Harry Potter sample කියන එක. Is it clear? තේරුණාද මේක? framework එකක් කියන්න පුතා, ඒක framework එකක් නෙවෙයි. Actually you will be learning it throughout. First thing I just wanted to teach you is SQL. Okay, because Access is something where you drag and drop things. Okay, you won't actually code anything there. You can easily create a table we are just typing the things in a field. But the first thing which I will teaching you is actually SQL queries. Queries තමයි මම මුලින්ම ආයත ගන්නන්නේ. Here like this, as you can see, queries. Where is it? Queries. Later on I'll be teaching you queries language තමයි මම ඔයාලට ගන්නන්නේ. So in that way, how you can create a table, database එකක් කොහොමද create කරන්නේ, everything I will be teaching. And then only we will be moving on to the excess if possible. If not, I will be teaching you how we can create an excess will go through. After that, you will have the knowledge how you can create a database, how you can come up with an entity relation model. Most probably we have some other slides to be covered. After that, making ඔයාලා ටිකක් අදත් grow through කරන්න. ඔයාලට මේ structure ටික කියලා දුන්නාට පස්සේ ටිකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. So I'll be teaching you all the normalizations first of all. Okay, database එකක් හදන්න කලින් කොහොමද normalize කරගන්න කියන එක දැනගන්න ඕනේ. For that only I'll be teaching. So did you got the idea behind the application and the DBMS එකක් කොහොමද වැඩ කරන්නේ කියන එක තේරුණාද? Is it clear? If you have any doubts, you can ask me. If not, we can wind up the session and then we can continue in the next class. Okay. So it is time for you guys. Any doubts? Any doubts related to today's session? Another? Prakash, what about Put? Putaya. Rizlan? Jatu? Have any doubt? Is everything is clear? Everything whatever that I taught you today? Please take down notes, okay? Notes araganna, then it will be really easy. I won't teach all the things whatever that is there in the presentation. Only the needed things will be taught to you. Don't worry. ඒ වගේම presentation එකත් මම ඔයාලට දෙන්න කියන්න. හරි? So you can go through it. Okay, then if there is no our doubts, then we can wind up the session. Appreciate for joining. Appreciate you for joining. Thank you for joining, and then we can wind up the session, right? So then let's meet in the next session. Okay, bye.